I thought I just wasn't good with languages, but now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. BABBEL.com.
Everyone's addiction recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help with your recovery. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've got him, it's a sack!
Sixers.
Oh, baby!
And Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Finally!
This is Hanging with Hennig.
I have friends everywhere.
On 97.3 ESPN Radio, South Jersey.
In New Jersey. Am I right? Yeah.
Live feed on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
It seems to run on some form of electricity. Well, you're not wrong.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together.
Now, here's your host.
He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Josh Hennig.
Josh Hennig broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors for 4th of July weekend on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle. And as promised, we are here to be giving away prizes, including a Devontae Smith signed helmet, as well as gift basket giveaways. Some of the great people who will be joining us throughout the day. We have Douglas Candies stopping by, Holiday Coffee, Solento Organic Tequila, Fruit of the Spirits, and much, much more. And Mike Carlin is joining me as well here on 97.3 ESPN as promised. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Josh. Glad to be here. It's the 4th of July, and it's going to be hey, Josh, as we always say, it's going to be a fun day. But when you're at one of the biggest liquor stores in South Jersey and people are flying through the door in and out, everybody's in it. It's like walking into a pizza shop. Who walks into a pizza shop not in a good mood? They walk in here, everybody's happy.
Well, I certainly hope they would be in a good mood because it's 4th of July weekend and the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits is right here at Boulevard Super Liquors. And joining us right now at the beginning of the show is Dave Bell Jr. Of course, Dave, how you doing today?
Doing well, my man. Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you for having us. I mean,
thanks for being here. Yeah, I guess for having us on the show. But.
It's a crazy day, obviously, 4th of July weekend. And, you know, for you, when you look around at the number of people already flooding through, has the day been kind of what you expected or maybe a little more than you expected so far?
A little bit bigger. I think we had 50, 60 cars in the parking lot, maybe more around 9 o'clock. So I think with the heat, everybody was looking to get the errands done. They got down either late last night, didn't get here, or they forgot some stuff or had some extra families show up. I've had a few of those where I've seen them 2 or 3 times. They go, don't have enough rosé. I don't have enough Mick Ultra. I don't have enough this. So, yeah, they were busy, and everybody's trying to get out to get some relief, I think. So trying to get here, get back out, get back to the beach, to the boat.
Right, or back to the air conditioning in their house.
Any one of the above. Yep, exactly.
So, you know, but the reason I asked was because, you know, it took me so long to get here, and I only live like 15 minutes away. It took me an hour to get here.
Yep.
So it just gives you people an idea of wherever you're going today. Again, it is 4th of July weekend. So everybody listening on 97.3 ESPN, everyone listening to us on the live stream on YouTube and X, you got to be careful. Just be safe out there. Take your time. And guess what? The best place to stock up for the weekend is Boulevard Super Liquors. And what's crazy, Dave, is that, you know, people don't always think about a weekend like this as kind of like a sports weekend, but it really is, not just because the World Cup is going on, but because of the fact it's kind of like the convergence of sports. So, yeah, I've seen a gazillion people wearing, you know, Mike Carlin's wearing a Sixers hat. I'm wearing a Phillies hat. I've seen people wearing all kinds of team gear. So I'm sure for you, there's probably a part of you that probably looks around and like, oh, I haven't seen that shirt or hat in a while.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's getting excited. I just saw something on my phone again that the Sixers are chasing down LeBron right now. So with all that news, you know, it's everything.
That's real news too.
That's real news. They're hey, that could be interesting. I was thinking, do I buy season tickets now and get ahead of some of the price jumps? But with Jaylen Brown coming, I'm sure it'll already be big.
Well, here's a crazy question, and I'm preface it by saying it's a crazy question. Okay, and that is, do you want LeBron?
Hey, listen, he's one of the best players to ever play the game, whether you like him personally or not. I think that's kind of irrelevant. You have a great core group of players. I was just listening to somebody said they need a power forward. And if he's willing to come in and be a player coach and teach some of our young guys, some real positive stuff, then I don't see it as just a social experiment. I think he could be an asset to that team. But
Josh and I go at it, Dave, a lot during the show. Josh, I can't believe you asked that question. What is the downfall of having one or two best players of all time still averaging in the 20s and points a game, and what he brings to the team?
Well, let me ask you a question. What is this team's biggest need?
A power forward.
Who rebounds?
Okay. He's not going to rebound.
Exactly.
Correct. But he still is a power forward.
Is LeBron James duplicitous with some of the other players on this team?
Absolutely. You don't think he'll make every other player a better player?
I didn't ask you to make him better. I said, is his skill set duplicitous?
Sure.
Is it the same as some other guys?
He'll adapt to any team.
Okay.
You could put on a team with 4 guys that don't know how to play the game, and he'll teach them how to play the game during the game.
Again, that wasn't the question.
Well, you're asking, is he going to fit with this? Correct.
I think LeBron can fit anywhere, but I don't know if he's your biggest need.
Okay, but at $15 million a year, if you can get him, why wouldn't you get him? He passes, he scores. His leadership, we're a young team. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But we're not getting him. I can tell you right now, guys. Philadelphia is not getting him.
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely
if he comes to the East, he's going to Cleveland. Okay, if he stays out West, he's going to Golden State. It's those two teams.
I think he's going to Cleveland personally.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
Just because he's been spending so much time playing golf in the Cleveland area. He's like doing like the golf tour. Not that we don't have good golf courses down here in South Jersey, but I'm just saying, when you spend a lot of your time playing golf in one place and not going anywhere else.
He grew up there. My buddy Jason from Douglas right there. He's here.
Yeah.
He's excited.
He's coming on next.
Yeah, he'll be joining us about 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's excited. He's busy trying to keep the taffy from melting up on the boardwalk.
Yeah, well, folks can chime into the text board at 609-403-0973. Do you agree with Mike Carlin? Do you agree with me about LeBron James to the Sixers?
If he's here for the reasons to go win a title, I think that's great. If it's a social experiment, I'm not sure it's there. But
right.
I don't think it seems to be he's past that phase. I don't think the Sixers are out there just to sell tickets. They're going to sell tickets regardless because Philadelphia's best sports city in the country. So I'm not worried about that. I think they'll do a good job.
So, Dave, let me ask you. I found out a lot of good things about you that I didn't know. And we're in soccer season right now. And here I literally was told at one point you were one of the best soccer goalies in South Jersey. So I know you're watching the Cup.
Yes, sir.
Are there certain teams that were standing out? And it's forget U.S. We all went U.S.
Yeah.
But is there another team or two that you say, hey, this is the team that we got to get by?
I was one of my wife's best friends, Portuguese. I was hoping they'd look a little bit better right now, but they got through Croatia last night.
Barely.
I think, I'm a big Messi guy. I love Argentina. I watched a game down in Buenos Aires during the Rio World Cup. So, they look better than I thought they would and have a great shot going back to back. I personally have and invested just for fun on the French team. I just think they look so strong that they're going to be in the mix. But right now those two, I think the Argentinian team and French team again look awesome, and just to see them back-to-back years be that strong. I don't think Spain looked good the other day. England came back. I think they've looked good. I think everybody wants to be more excited about that team, but when you see how France or Argentina have played, it's a different breed of soccer out there. And I've just texted friends watching Messi play and watching Mbappe play. It's a pleasure to watch.
Well, I think with that being said, the U.S. did get past the first of the knockouts. So do you think they can go further? Is there hope?
I think there's absolutely hope. I think losing Balogun with the red card, which was unfortunate, it's
more than unfortunate. It was stupid.
Yeah, it was. And again, they did some silly things, and VAR is going to be the talk of the tournament. But I think the U.S. looks good. I think getting past the knockout round when it's the round of 32 versus what it has always been with the round of 16 is a different conversation to have. So it's great that these guys have won knockout rounds and teams have advanced. And my son loves Erling Haaland. He's got the ponytail, he's got the blonde hair. He looks just like him. So he's so excited that I'm pumped for Norway. But
so you're saying Halloween costume, right?
He already did it. He did it last year. He's doing it again this year. Oh yeah. Oh, he's all in. He's got the jersey, everything. So I think once teams start winning the round of 16s, I think that's when you can start counting it like it has been previous years. Having now all these extra teams, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's been great for soccer in the United States here, but at the same time,
see, I don't think it's a bad thing to have more teams. The problem that I have is, for the American fan who doesn't really know soccer that well, I think the problem is that with the game so spread out, especially in the round robin, it's kind of like for people, it's kind of like they're like, okay, when does Team USA play? Or when does my team play again? And you're waiting so long. It's not like the NCAA tournament where it's like every other day.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, North Carolina won on Thursday. Now they play on Saturday. It was like, no, Team USA wins on Friday. And then you got to wait until next Friday for the play. I think they got to find a way to spread it out a little less.
I think so. I think the positive on the flip side, though, is with more games is you've given more people an opportunity. These tickets were expensive, but I know I have a dozen buddies and friends. We went to one game we took my son to, and the way that these international fans have showed up, we were at the Croatia-Ghana game. And both fans on both sides were some of the kindest, nicest people you could ever ask for. They were considerate. They were, the venue was, I've been to Eagles games. The venue's a lot cleaner and a lot more under control, even though these people are spending unbelievable amounts of money to fly here.
By the way, it's funny because we were at Boulevard Super Liquors today. One of the stories that came out of the World Cup was all the Scottish fans drinking Boston Dry.
That's good.
They drank so much beer that they ran out of the normal beer. Then they went to Michelob Ultra and everything else.
The flight coming over apparently ran out of beer too. I went to school up in Boston and we gave it our best effort for 4 years up there when I played basketball up there. And I'll tell you what, it's not an easy city to drink dry. And those guys, I saw them playing with the police officers out in the street and stuff. It's just, honestly, it's been better than I would have expected from a fan experience.
So, Dave, getting back to you being a goalie in high school, and I don't even know if you went on to college.
Yep.
But when you watch a game, whether you watch a high school game or a college game, they're pretty close. In this level, I see so much activity from the goalie. That's like really part of the game. Like high school games, the goalie sometimes just, unless the ball comes right to him, he's standing there.
Yeah.
At this level, they're all in almost, not, I want to say every play, but there's plays set up for him to start the play, whether it's kicking, throwing, whatever. A lot more. Is that someone who doesn't know soccer inside out a little fair or not fair?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's really strong athletes at every level, but when you get to the level of professional sports at any sport, right? Whether it was, I played, basketball and, played against NBA guys, played against Division I college players, and you play against a Division I player, you're on the court with somebody who's pretty special at the game. But then all of a sudden you have somebody from the NBA come on who's a role player in the NBA, and then you just your eyes open up. You go, oh, there's levels to this, right? There's it changes. So the game of soccer is so unique because I think so much other than just the physical abilities, right? You look at LeBron and you look at Giannis, you look at Wemby, and you just see the physical traits, and in basketball it translates directly. Soccer, you have Luka Modric and Messi who are 5'6", 5'8",
right?
And the game is almost as much an art form as it is what they can do physically with where they need to be with spacing, with passing. It's special. And so I played and was a really good goalie there, and that was some of the athletic ability that I had just being a big guy and great hands, and went on to football and then stuck with basketball through college. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, you go up to this level and these guys are making a ball move. I mean, making a ball move around differently. You see the free kick the USA player had. I mean, his name, and no offense to him, I mean, not in the top players in the world at all. But you watch what these guys do.
But that's why soccer is such a team sport, because it's such a support network sport. And as someone who only played in high school myself, I remember how you were so hyper dependent on the other guys being where they need to be for you to do what you're doing. I played wing halfback. So like literally I'm just running up and down the field the whole time. And like you would run to your spot and you'd be like, where's the other guy? Where's the midfielder? Why hasn't the fullback pushed the ball up the field yet? So you're like, soccer, you watch these games, and I know for some people out there, they just say, oh, they're just running up down the field. But there's a lot of communication that's hyper necessary for success. And you mentioned being a goalie, part of your job is directing traffic in front of you. So, I mean, you can argue that communication is important in soccer as almost any other sport on the planet.
There was a comedian on the other day, I forget who it was laughing and saying that I've learned two things about soccer. And one is after the goalie makes every save, he gets up and yells at his own teammates. And after every save, every time the goalie touches the ball, he yells at his teammates. So, yeah, you're right. It's been cool. I think the kids, I've seen more USA jerseys around than I've seen any other World Cup. I hope it's good for youth soccer in the States because, they can finally make a run here and get a little further along to feel like, hey, we can compete at this level. which I know has been some feedback out there. My son loves it, and he's playing nonstop. But even at his age group, going from a travel team to a club team, and he's playing up top. He's like, no, you don't have to run back every play. Trust your teammates to get the ball back to you.
So let's talk about why we're here and why Dave's here. Super Liquors. Tell us a little bit. We had your dad on last month, and he gave us the background, the history, and stuff like that. But a day like today is going to be busy. I would think with this heat, whether it's 4th of July or not, you're going to be busy the next 3-4 days in a row.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of stuff going on. Like we pull up today and Surfside's outside, making people happy. So it seems like something's always going on, tastings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all
was
part of the marketing?
That was one of my goals, right? We're a destination. We're a place that people remember. We've been all over the country and out of the country at times. We say we live near Ocean City, and you mention the store, and they go, oh, I got to go there all the time. So it's different than saying, hey, I go shopping at a supermarket. It's part of the routine when you come down here that you've done for generations with your families. So in that vein, I've wanted to try and continue to make this a destination, always have something interesting going on, always have something fun, giveaways. We give away coolers and speakers, and obviously we have sports memorabilia. I know we have a member of the Eagles coming in next in a couple weeks on Night in Venice. We have Hugh Douglas, and
we'll be here.
Hugh Douglas was here last year, and then all of a sudden Trey Thomas walked in the door and said, hey, Cole Hamels walked in the door last week and told me my son happened to be in the building. He said, go get him. I'll hang out with him for a minute. So, it's a really cool place, and just trying to, people come in here, they take some time away from their family, or they come shop here and support our business as a family business now for 86 years. So I've always wanted to say, hey, what can we do to keep some really good energy and have people come in and have a better experience than they had previously? So we did the renovations, we'd flooring, ceiling, artwork. I got family all over the walls and the art. I have surfboards with cool destinations on it over there. We have
awesome mural behind us where we're sitting.
Aaron Bogashevsky was a teacher at the high school, taught soccer.
My son's soccer coach.
Yeah, coached soccer and was a good buddy of mine for years. So Bogey does a lot of our artwork. He's on our T-shirts. He's done a lot here, and we have all kinds of things we're trying to do to make it fun, and keep the experience positive. And hey, people come in and, hey, did you see that at Boulevard? They're handing out this. Last year we did pulled pork sandwiches one day. One family came over, their block was out of power, and he said, we don't have dinner. And he took 2 trays of 20 pulled pork sandwiches over. He said, you made us a hero. So, it's been fun. It's been fun to do. And that's part of it. We got a 100-day sprint from, Memorial Day to Labor Day, more or less.
Yeah.
And, that's really where we're at. So we just pray for good weather and reasons for people to come out and celebrate and have fun.
And before we let you go, I did want to give you a chance to highlight who we're having coming on today. So we have Jason from Douglas Candies coming on.
Jason about soccer. Jason was one of my teammates for years growing up, all the way through kindergarten. He and I also, along with 2 other college soccer players, co-founded a charity to support opioid addiction in the community. We do a lot over at Shore Medical Center supporting that. So Jason's a big part of that. He's also a family business guy here in town. He played college soccer, so to ask him about that. Katie Hope was coming in with Fruit of the Spirits. Katie was one of my babysitters growing up. I think she was in the pageant world too and did exceptional well there. She's awesome. So she started this business and now is growing Fruit of the Spirits, where she has dehydrated fruits for cocktails and other items. Good buddy Todd and Meg's coming in from Solento. Todd's got a fascinating background. He's a very, very successful artist, real high-end, really amazing artwork that he does in galleries all over. He's tight with a lot of professional surfers, and some of those guys are really cool. They're in that Solento Tequila business, super what you'd expect from guys like that, super clean, organic tequila from some of the best areas in Mexico, from the Jalisco region. And then a buddy of mine, Damon, and his wife, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think Damon and Miz are coming in today. Damon is. I think his wife's kind of holding down the shop while he sneaks out for a minute. But they were up at Gillian's, and now they're running Holiday Coffee and that brand. You can't find somebody to walk out of that business and not turn around and take a selfie or not turn around and take a picture of their coffee cup. Their branding and what they're doing over at 8th and Atlantic is incredible. There's a line.
It's a great spot, too.
Oh, my God. There's a line every day, all day.
Yep.
I coached Little League with him. We had a game last night and won. We got the championship starting on Monday. So he'll be in. They got a great little business they're starting, so we're trying to do some more fun stuff with them too.
Awesome. Well, Dave, I appreciate you taking some time to sit down with us, chat. Thank you for having us here today. And folks, don't forget, if you want to win the Devontae Smith signed helmet, as well as other gift basket giveaways, you got to come down, sign up. Boulevard Super Liquors, right at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge. Real quick trip from Actually, I think the traffic's moving again. So
yeah, we're moving again. And anybody who's going down the Parkway headed to any of the islands south of us, right? We're an easy left off the exit.
Exactly.
Pull in, you're right
Exit
back
25.
out of the parking lot.
It's very
That's
easy.
right. Exit 25. Very easy to load up. We got plenty of space for everybody to park. We got a bunch of brand new carts here. We're ready to go.
And listen, that's actually what I do, honestly. When I go to the beach, I stop by here before I go to the beach. And I'm not even going to the Ocean Beach. I'm going to like Ventnor.
Yeah,
You know?
it's easy. It's easy. And I know we're lucky with the location here. That was generations before me and that foresight. But
you know, we have Kevin coming in from ARC Printing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Kevin Curry with ARC. Yep. Yeah. So that was
He's
a
all
business.
excited.
Yeah, that was one of his brother was somebody I called Uncle John, and I
Nice.
was in that business with him for years. So
All right, Dave, appreciate you joining us here on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Seattle. Yes, it's Josh Hennig here on a Friday afternoon, the 4th of July weekend. It's a merger of hanging with Hennig with the regular afternoon show. Mike Gill is off today, but we are hanging out with you at Boulevard Super Liquors here on 97.3 ESPN. And, of course, the 2 o'clock hour is being brought to you by the law offices of Craig A. Altman. And listen, I've seen so many car accidents over the last few weeks. So if something happens to you, you're unfortunate to get into a car accident, slip and fall at work, you want someone local who's going to watch out for you. Serving all of South Jersey, the law offices of Craig A. Altman are located right there in Vineland. Call them at 856-327-8899. Listen, you don't want to go with one of those lawyers you see on TV, because what they're going to do is they're going to take your case, they're going to hand it off to somebody that you don't know, and it's like playing roulette with your life. You don't want to play roulette when you're going against the insurance companies. So if something bad does happen to you, car accident, slip and fall, workplace injury, call 856-327-8899 or go online for a free consultation at craigaltmanlaw.com. Coming up, we'll check on the text board as well, 609-403-0973 with a White Horse RV text board, as well as we'll be talking with Jason from Douglas Candies, myself and Mike Carlin, hanging with Hennig, special Happy Hour Friday edition on 97.3 ESPN.
A Major League Baseball 4th of July doubleheader. First in Seattle, the Mariners face the Toronto Blue Jays.
Absolute no doubter to left for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Then at Wrigley, the Chicago Cubs go head-to-head with the St. Louis Cardinals.
God! Second 3-run homer for Ian Happ today.
The Blue Jays and Mariners at 3:30 Eastern, followed by the Cardinals and Cubs. A 4th of July doubleheader.
Listen to Major League Baseball all season on 97.3 ESPN.
From summer parties to beach days, the dinners at your favorite BYOB restaurant, the one stop where I go for every occasion is Boulevard Super Liquors. Located on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge, Boulevard Super Liquors has the best selection of craft beer, whiskey, vodka, wines, and tequila in all of South Jersey. Plus, just minutes from Garden State Parkway X25, so you can easily stop into Boulevard Super Liquors as you travel to your destination. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Boulevard Super Liquors also has the largest temperature-controlled wine room in New Jersey, offering you the best selection of wines for your next dinner date or social outing. These are just some of the reasons why Boulevard Super Liquors is the best at the Jersey Shore. Visit them on Instagram and Facebook to learn more about upcoming tasting events. Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge, the best selection of beer and spirits in South Jersey.
Making your home look brand new is what Work of Art Construction can do for you. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Art Masker has 40 years of experience in construction and knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Want to install a new back deck or invest in a new front door? Just call Art Masker at 609-788-4271 to learn more. Visit Work of Art Construction on Instagram to see how Work of Art Construction can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with Work of Art. Call him at 609-788-4271 and let them make your home truly a work of art.
Is your trading stopping you from shopping? It's time to drop in some Mad Black Knees.
Don't freak out about your old car. Trade out.
In celebration of 250 years of freedom, Matt Blatt Nissan and Matt Blatt Infinity will free you from your old car and pay you up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade value for your old car. High mileage, cosmetic issues, all trade-ins are welcome. New 26 Matt Blatt Nissan Altima SV, just $99 per month. New 26 Matt Blatt Nissan Rogue SV, just $179 per month. Plus, the all-new Infinity QX65 luxury crossover SUV is here, and you have to drive it to believe it. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. Our lenders can get almost anyone approved. Come see us today and get up to $4,000 more than your trade is worth at Matt Blatt Nissan and Matt Blatt Infinity on the Black Horse Pike in Egg Harbor Township. It's time to drop in some Matt Blatt Nissan.
39-month lease on Altima, 36-month lease on Rogue, 7727 due to signing, subject to lender approval. Call 877-289-6679 for details. Tax trade toward the purchase of select models. Offers don't combine, expires month end.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
There's only one Ozempic. Hello, I'm Ozempic. Because this ad is 30 seconds, I can't get into everything I'm FDA approved to do, so I'm just going to play my jingle again. But first, ask your doctor about which FDA approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA approved Ozempic. Now here's that jingle again. There's only one Ozempic. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When it comes to injuries, you can't afford to get it wrong. Insurance companies, they delay, deny, and pay as little as possible. Who's on your side? The law offices of Greg A. Altman. Car accidents, slip and falls, serious workplace injuries. They build cases to put real pressure on the other side. And you pay nothing unless they win. Don't guess, don't wing it. Call 856-327-8899 or visit GregAltmanLaw.com. Local office in Vineland, backed by a Philly firm that knows how to win.
Now back to Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
I stood right there not too long ago, and I told the entire world, I said, call me what you want. Yeah.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
And there's nothing you can do about it, and that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
Streaming live on YouTube and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here at Boulevard Super Liquors on 97.3 ESPN, giving away Devontae Smith's signed helmet. So come on down, sign up for your chance to win, as well as other great basket giveaways. Of course, among those giveaways, who we'll be doing with is joining us right now. Jason from Douglas Candies is with us here on 97.3 ESPN. Of course, Douglas Candies is a legendary establishment here in South Jersey. Jason, how you doing today?
Oh, great. Thank you so much for having me on.
So, before we get into all the fun stuff, okay, let's get to the basics, right? Which is to tell everybody about, because obviously Douglas Candies is a standard Wildwood for forever, it seems like. But now you guys are also in Ocean State for the last few years.
Yeah. So our store originated in Wildwood in 1919, by my great uncle. So it's been in the family for over 100 years, which is crazy. But we just have an amazing community there. And, I grew up in Upper Township, so I went to Ocean City High School. Ocean City, somewhere I always wanted to go. I love that community. So we got in there. This is our 3rd year there, so we're loving it. It's an amazing boardwalk, amazing people, so it's great to be there.
Now you got a new thing, which is also Douglas Creamery. So that's a brand new thing you guys have launched. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I've been working on this for a couple years, and we're going to be making homemade ice cream in our factory in Wildwood, and then we're going to have a stand in our pavilion right across the boardwalk in Wildwood. And we're also going to carry pints in our Ocean City location as well. So it's going to be what you would expect from Douglas Candies, high quality, homemade, great ingredients. And, we're really excited about it. And I brought some ice cream too, so you guys can definitely try it.
Absolutely. And Mike, I'm going to throw this over to you because you and Jason can touch on this. You're somebody who worked in the hospitality business for decades, and you know the difference when you have something that's quality made versus something that was just, whatever made. I don't want to curse on the radio, but there's a lot of junk out there when it comes to especially the food industry. And one of the things about Douglas is that they have for decades and decades prided themselves in having the best quality ingredients in it.
Right. Well, I'll give you a perfect example. And this just happened literally within the last year. For people who buy ice cream, okay, you go to ShopRite.
Yeah.
And you go buy ice cream. Everybody, like I grew up with Breyers, living in Philadelphia. Do you know Breyers has 2 different kinds of ice cream they don't really advertise about?
Right.
So you go and you buy vanilla, it will say vanilla ice cream. When you buy one of the other flavors, you know what it says? Dessert.
Right.
Mm-hmm. There's a difference between dessert and ice cream. It's not real ice cream.
Correct.
That's dessert. But the normal person doesn't know that. I was there the other day and there was an older woman behind me.
Well, can I take you a step further?
Go ahead.
So there have been a lot of lawsuits against a lot of these mainstream ice cream companies because of basically deceptive labeling.
Correct.
They're putting basically added chemicals in there to preserve it longer, but it's actually basically poisoning people, and people have now been suing them. So when we talk about having quality ingredients, we're not just saying it because it's like a slogan or a shtick. We're saying it because there's literally products out there that if you consume them, you're probably going to end up, no offense, but, doing major damage to your health.
Well, I think that the biggest thing, and I sold ice cream for a while in my past life.
Of course you did.
The biggest thing with ice cream, it all comes down to the butter fat. How much butter fat is in the ice cream? And he can talk more about that. But, your Ben & Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs, all that, like 18%, where other people maybe it's 16%,
Right.
14%. That's where you can tell the difference between price and real true quality.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going to be in the highest percent butterfat that we can get, which is 16% actually. And then, but we see with a lot of other people, they're using them 10, 12%, running it for a long time, pumping a lot of air in there.
Some of them are even 8 or 6%.
Yeah. So it's you can taste the difference, and everything we do at Douglas, we want to make it the best, and we're lucky. We have an amazing staff. Like you talk about like high quality products, and we have 4 employees that have been at the company longer than I've been alive. So it's just there's just such a history there, and they care so much about what they're putting out. So it really makes for a great product.
Talking with Jason from Douglas Candies right here at Boulevard Super Liquors. Again, folks can come down and sign up for the Devontae Smith signed helmet, along with other great prize giveaways. We will announce the winners at the end of the broadcast. Jason, we mentioned, so Dave Jr. kind of let it out before you came on that you both have some soccer in your background. So for you, the World Cup has obviously been a hot topic. So, what are your thoughts on the Cup so far?
I'm having a blast with it because I love soccer, and it's kind of one of the few times in the country everybody's into soccer, which is not
and people actually care.
Not the norm. Yeah. So it's fun that everybody's into it. And also I work with a lot of people from different countries and have worked with people from different countries. So, I'm always reaching out to people that I've talked to from Colombia, Croatia, and all these different countries. And we're all, talking about the World Cup. And it's exciting because USA looks great, and best I've ever seen them look. And it's really fun to watch. And it's even more exciting that it's in our home country. So, it's great that we're having a good showing, at home.
So what do you think about the game coming up against Belgium? What is Jace from Douglas Candies preview scouting report on the game?
Belgium's tough, but I think there's other teams we could have walked into that would have been tougher. But they have some great attacking players. De Bruyne, he's brilliant, and but he's a little older now, so some of their players are a little older at this point. And like I said, our team, we're at home. That's a huge advantage in soccer. In most like world tournaments, like teams play each other home and away, and you get more points when you score a goal away, essentially. So it's a massive advantage if you're playing at home. So I think that's going to help USA out. And yeah, I got USA winning. I'll go 2-1. That'll be my prediction.
Nice.
You heard it here first.
Hey, listen, that's a very fair score considering, the U.S. hasn't really scored that many goals in any of these games. And that's partly because of the competition as well. They're playing a lot of teams that, when they get into the box, those teams are aggressively attacking them defensively. You saw the one cross that they could have had that just missed the guy's head the other night. So, I forget the guy's name, but I literally could see him in my mind's eye. The ball was literally like inches from his head. And you knew that if he just would have maybe gotten there first, but the problem is that he was held up. He was coming out of that scrum to get to the crosser. So, and that's one of the things people about soccer is kind of funny is that, it's not that you can't touch other people when you play soccer. It's not like, basketball where it's like if I touch you like that, they're gonna call a foul now, But like in soccer, there's a lot of hand fighting, there's a lot of elbowing. So you got to work your way into a lot of those positions.
For sure. I would tell you, for someone that's just getting into soccer and watching, I was with people the other day at a party, and we always make a big deal about flopping in the NBA.
Yeah.
The one guy says, we talk about the NBA. Every other time a player falls down here, you think he's going to the hospital. And then when he doesn't get the call, he's up and running within seconds.
Soccer really is the worst.
I mean, it is unbelievable. If you're not really used to seeing it, it's like, ooh, that guy's really hurt. Oh, wait a minute. He's not hurt at all.
Yeah.
He's up and running. Once he didn't get the call, okay, now I play.
Yeah, it doesn't help us soccer people, that it's a kind of a sissy sport, they say, and then people tune in and they're like, what's he doing? But, a lot of guys they're trained like that. I remember I had an English coach for my club team growing up, and kind of the American mentality is like, be tough and don't fall down. And, he would just yell at me all the time, Dugan, fall down when you get if you get fouled, fall down, So
Jason, being a teammate of Dave in high school.
Yep.
Tell us something. Tell us something that people don't know about. What was he like at halftime if you were losing? Was he a madman? Was he quiet?
No, Dave
was a good leader.
And he great leader, always cool, calm, and collected. And I loved playing sports with Dave. Yeah, well, I didn't play as we got older, not as much. Like growing up, we always played basketball and soccer together. And then he switched, mainly focused on basketball in high school, and I mainly focused on soccer. Great guy. Great to play with, and even better guy.
I didn't even know he played basketball, so that's good to know.
Oh yeah, you played basketball in college, I believe. I forget what college you went
played
to.
at Tufts, I think.
Oh,
is that that's what it was.
Boston, nice.
All right, so let's hit on a couple other sports here real quick with you, Jason. And obviously, Douglas, Candies. You're going to have a lot of Philly sports people running up to the boardwalk in Wildwood and Ocean City spots. Kind of hitting you guys up. So, Sixers.
Let's go, Jaylen Brown. I'm so pumped. Yeah, I don't know how we pulled that off. I do not know how we pulled that off.
Well, I'll tell you how they pulled it off. And it's something that Mike, you and I will get into more of a conversation about later, which is the Celtics wanted to be out of the Jaylen Brown business. Yeah. And so, what's the old saying? One man's trash, another man's treasure. And now you get a hyper-motivated player who basically feels like he was disrespected by the team that drafted him. He won a finals MVP. And to me, there's nothing better than getting a motivated player coming to your team.
Yeah, especially from in-conference competitor, who's somebody you might see in a playoff run that they're going to give you, arguably their best player and also one of the best players in the league. It's exciting.
Still young. I mean, he's at his prime right now and for the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the right nickname? I got to ask both of you guys. So Mike Gansey, the new president of basketball operations. So I've seen two nicknames online. I wanted to ask you guys. So is the better nickname Magic Mike Gansey, or is it Mike Mother Effing Gansey?
I'm going Mother Effing Gansey. Yeah, I'm going that route.
It just sounds
good.
Phillies, they're traveling to Kansas City. They got the All-Star game coming up. Are you optimistic about the Phillies?
I am, and I like that we're trending in the right direction now. The start wasn't what we wanted, but now, lately they've been playing great, exciting. The bats are coming around, so I'm excited to see where it goes because you want to peak at the right time with baseball for sure.
Josh, what do I always say? When's baseball season start? July 1st.
That's it.
Remember when I was with Billy all these years? He would complain.
Well, today is July 3rd.
Yeah, and I'd be like, but I mean, first week of July for me is when baseball starts.
See, for me, I always looked at it, and maybe this is just because how I grew up, and maybe, Jason, you can speak to it as well. It was always Memorial Day weekend was like the checkpoint. Mm-hmm. It's like that's the first day you look at the standings. Like you don't care what the standings are in April. Mm-hmm. It's Memorial Day weekend. To me, that was always like the weekend of like, All right, what do the standings say? Who are the good teams? Are we actually in the conversation? Because a lot of times, if you're someone who, I'm in my early 40s, so for me, it's like, in the 90s, there were some years there was like, yeah, we're already in last place. Never mind.
Summer's over.
The Phillies season. By the way, speaking of summer, it's in 4 weeks. Eagles training camp.
Eagles training camp. Yeah, I'm excited. I sit next to Dave Jr. We have season tickets for the Eagles game. I sit right next to Dave Jr., so I'm so pumped. I think the Eagles are setting up for another great season. And
I like this positive energy from Jason, Mike.
We're spoiled. I'm telling you. Growing up, there were a lot of times the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles all sucked
at the same time.
So now it's it's great. Everybody's pretty competitive, or at least somewhat interesting.
We got
even
life.
on and off
We
here.
got life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why, for example, this year was so big for the Flyers because of the fact that for the first time in 6-8 years, people actually care about the orange and the black. It's one of those deals where it's when people actually care about your team, that's half the battle.
Yeah, and it's nice to see them playing well because there's all sports. I love going to all the sporting events, but there's something about a hockey game. They're so fun if you go live.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, one more time before we let you go, tell everybody exactly where Douglas Candies are in Wildwood and Ocean City.
All right, so we're at Wildwood Avenue on the boardwalk in Wildwood. Definitely come see us. I'll be there all weekend. And then my older brother, James, he holds it down in Ocean City for us. We're in between 11th and 12th on the boardwalk in Ocean City, right next to Congo Falls. So definitely come see us this weekend.
I was going to say, just go to Congo Falls, and it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah, it's right next to
Congo Falls. You can't miss Congo Falls.
That's exactly.
Pretty much. How many times did Mike, you and I have worked together for a while, how many times have you told me where to go? You never told me the street, you just told me a landmark.
Yeah, it's just easier that way. I've been living here 30 years. I still get mixed up. 9th Street or 12th Street or 4th. Oh, Congo Falls.
Oh, right, exactly.
It's way better to go with landmarks. Way easier.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, again, appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you guys so much. This was great.
Absolutely. Josh Hennig, hanging with Hennig, special Happy Hour Friday broadcast. We're broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors here on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank. See how streaming live on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig. Of course, don't forget you come down, win the Devontae Smith signed Eagles helmet, as well as other great prize giveaways, but you must stop by and sign up in order to win. And of course, this hour being brought to you by the law offices of Craig A. Altman, proud sponsor of Philadelphia sports coverage on 97.3 ESPN. Don't forget, if you get into a car accident, slip or fall at work, free consultation at CraigAltmanLaw.com. We'll check back on the text board on the other side as well, 609-403-0973, as well as we'll talk with Katie from Frew. The Spirits coming up next here on 97.3 ESPN.
The Stone Harbor Bar and Grill on 96th Street is Stone Harbor's most complete entertainment experience. Great food, fun, and libations, and newly remodeled for 2026. The same great owners and all your favorite menu items remain, and now we've taken things up a notch with a brand new bar, new sound system, 36 brand new 4K TVs, and more. No matter where you sit, you always have a perfect sight line to the big game, and you've got to try our mouth-watering new menu items. Start your meal with blackened scallops, homemade fried pickles, or a cheeseburger flatbread. Try our new Chicago-style dog, or the Mary Ann sandwich, a chicken cutlet, broccoli rabe, and sharp provolone on world-famous Rando's Bakery Atlantic City bread. The Stone Harbor Bar and Grill sources only the top ingredients and serves up the best quality food. Voted best wings of Stone Harbor and the Jersey Shore by Lord of the Wings. Prime rib nights Friday and Saturdays, rib nights on Sundays, and Mike the Magician Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The newly remodeled Stone Harbor Bar and Grill on 96th Street in the heart of Stone Harbor. Open 11:30 a.m. till midnight, 7 days a week. Go to stoneharborbarandgrill.com or call 609-961-3534 for more.
For over 22 years, Riptide Bait and Tackle has been the go-to spot for anglers of every level. They've got everything you need, including fresh bait, the largest selection of gulp in South Jersey, crabbing supplies, rods, reels, tackle, apparel, and more. Even famous Stocks pound cakes. Riptide is a Shimano top shelf dealer and a Penn Gold label dealer, plus home of the famous Riptide Rodders. Follow Riptide Bait and Tackle on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for daily fishing reports. And stop in before your next trip.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Bridgeton Auto Mall is celebrating America's 250th anniversary by giving back to our community in a big way. Now through July 31st, you could win your share of $25,000 in cash. Buy a new or pre-owned vehicle and you'll be entered for a chance to win $20,000. Visit our service department for maintenance or repairs. You'll be entered to win $5,000. Join us for our grand drawing event on Saturday, August 1st with live music, barbecue, family fun, and your chance to win big. No purchase necessary. See dealer for complete details. Visit Bridgeton Auto Mall, 808 North Pearl Street in Bridgeton, or drive BAM.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Town Square Media has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible offers from some fantastic local businesses. Get this great deal right now. Get one $50 gift card for just $25 to the Birdcage. Perched in the heart of AC's University District, the Birdcage is the ultimate destination for great food, killer cocktails, and good vibes. That's a $50 gift card for just $25 to the Birdcage. Get this great deal right now at seizethedeal.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
When it comes to injuries, you can't afford to get it wrong. Insurance companies, they delay, deny, and pay as little as possible. Who's on your side? The law offices of Craig A. Altman. Car accidents, slip and falls, serious workplace injuries. They build cases to put real pressure on the other side. And you pay nothing unless they win. Don't guess, don't wing it. Call 856-327-8899 or visit CraigAltmanLaw.com. Local office in Vineland, backed by a Philly firm that knows how to win.
You're hanging with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
People will come, Ray.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
People will most definitely come.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here in a special edition of Hanging with Hennig on a happy hour Friday, which is convenient because we are here at Boulevard Super Liquors on 97.3 ESPN. It's been a busy day already so far. We'll give away the Devontae Smith signed helmet. All you got to do is come down to Boulevard Super Liquors, sign up, and then we'll announce the winner of that, as well as other gift basket giveaways here at Boulevard Super Liquors. As promised, we will get back to text board in just a bit at 609-403-0973. But right now, we said we were going to have Katie from Through the Spirits back with us here on 97.3 ESPN. Katie, how you doing today?
I'm so good. How are you guys?
We're glad to have you.
I wore my Through the Spirits hat. I was jealous
beautiful.
last time. Everybody had hats on.
Yeah,
so.
well, now you're on brand. You know?
Yes, I am on brand.
So for those who don't know, Through the Spirits, tell people a little bit about, because obviously it's something that's very new just this year.
It's very new. We are a brand new company based here in South Jersey, which I love. It's a local brand. I dehydrate, slice and dehydrate fruit. Apples, oranges, blood oranges, limes, lemons for your cocktail hour, enhancing your cocktail hour. We do small batches. We specialize in making sure your fruits are the freshest. But what's crazy is that the fruit needs to be underripe to dehydrate well, which I'm finding is pretty cool.
All right. So what do you mean by underripe? So
you don't want it soft at all.
No.
Yeah. You want it. I got you.
Yeah. It's got to be a hard lime, a hard lemon.
Josh, it's like yellow bananas. I mean, like green bananas.
Yeah. In our case, you would want a green banana.
Yes.
In your case, you probably don't.
No, I prefer my bananas yellow. That's why sometimes I go to the store. No, not going to name anybody, but sometimes you walk in the store and the bananas are greener than the grass outside.
Yep,
you know.
I have a set of bananas. What do you call a bunch, a barrel, a
bunch
of bananas on my counter, and they're bright green. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll look at those next Friday.
Yeah, they're better for decorations
into
than
it.
than they are to
Attract
eat.
the fruit
But they're
flies.
great for fruit of the spirit because then you can dehydrate them. And so, like, for example, you mentioned about bananas. There's a lot of fruits that can be dehydrated. So, like, we're gonna have Solento Tequila on later today. So, like, what is a fruit of the spirit that would go great with Solento Tequila?
Well, what do you drink with your tequila?
I drink a lot of things. with my
Club
tequila.
soda. Lori likes club soda.
Club soda. I would put a lime. I put a blood orange. If you're drinking tequila and soda, you can put any fruit you want to add to your cocktail.
Now, like, for example, like you mentioned the blood orange with the bag we have
Yep.
right on the table right now. In my mind, you can also mix it with other, fruit juices as well with your tequila. So it doesn't have to be just soda. It can be other juices. So you kind of now get like a plethora of flavors with the drink.
Yeah, so I like putting blood oranges in my Prosecco, like just straight Prosecco with a blood orange. It adds flavor, it adds luxury, it enhances your happy hour, it enhances your cocktail, it enhances, your happy hour lifestyle. What's great about our product we have coming soon on the back of our packaging will be a suggested cocktail recipe. For instance, our blood oranges are now going to have South Jersey Sunset, and it's a blood orange cocktail. I don't want to give away too many details because I want you to come in, but each fruit is going to have its own cocktail recipe. South Jersey coastal based. Kate May Refresher might be one of them.
Okay.
So
all right.
Are
give
you
you
a
a little
Prosecco person? Or?
I love Prosecco.
So
I
Lori
love
and I just got
Prosecco.
back from Italy.
I heard.
We drank all the time. But my new drink, I used to be always a rum guy.
Yeah, you were.
Prosecco and limoncello.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you could put a dehydrated lime.
That's what I want.
Or
to put in your
lemon,
drink.
excuse me. Yep.
A lemon, yeah.
Yeah.
Or both.
Or both.
You
Or
know,
all
it-
4 fruits, whatever you
You know,
want.
I mean, have a little fun with it.
Yes. And that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah. And again, you can get this here at Boulevard Super Liquors. So it's obviously you come in here, you're stocking up for the weekend, 4th of July weekend. Boulevard Super Liquors, the perfect place to stock up for the weekend.
Yes.
And then you just grab yourself a couple of bags of fruit of the spirit, and that way you're good for whatever somebody comes over and asks for.
If you're drinking a Blue Moon, what are you putting in your Blue Moon beer?
An orange.
An orange slice. Use a dehydrated slice. Honestly, it cuts out your slicing time, your preparation time. It will impress your guests, and don't be
It does.
boring. Like, don't be boring and just cut up an orange.
You don't have
Use
to.
dehydrated fruit.
What's nice about the line, Josh, you don't have to typically if you went to a real, what I consider high end, like a casino high end to have a drink.
Yes.
And they made you a fancy drink. All these dry fruits started coming out.
Yes.
Right.
Now she's made it that everybody can experience.
Correct.
It. Okay. You
And
don't
that's-
have to be at a high end.
And that's the beauty of
Make it
Boulevard
home.
Super Liquors, that you can come here, get the same kind of thing you mentioned at the casino, but you could bring it home with you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to leave the island this weekend. You can just stay wherever you're, Ocean City, Sea Isle, wherever.
You're bringing the luxury to your kitchen, to your cocktail table, to your porch, the beach. And they do have a beautiful shelf life if stored appropriately. Obviously, our fruits don't like humidity, but if they're stored well in a cool, dry space, they're going to last up to a year. So,
I was just going to ask you, is it better to keep it like in a cabinet or in the fridge?
yeah, somewhere dark, somewhere dark. You
Like a-
could put it in the fridge, sure. Absolutely. I wouldn't leave it on your front porch today.
I wouldn't leave any. I
I
wouldn't
don't
leave
know if I would put yourself on the front
I was
porch.
going to say I wouldn't leave a person on the front porch, let alone. I mean, for goodness sake. So I got to ask you.
Okay.
Because I know your dad.
Okay.
And your dad, for those who don't know, he's infamous for being a Mets fan.
Oh, yeah, my stepdad.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I can't tell you what fan my dad is, but my stepdad, Jeff, is a Mets fan. Go ahead. Go
So
on.
what fan are you of?
I can't talk about that either.
Oh no.
It's not good.
She's gonna say Yankees. Or
It's
something.
not good. So I grew up a Cardinals fan, St. Louis
okay.
Cardinals
What's wrong with
fan.
that?
Yeah.
Well, because I feel like everybody gets bullied if you're not a Phillies fan.
No. See, people don't get bullied because they're not Phillies fan.
Okay.
People get bullied if they're a bandwagon fan.
Ooh, got you.
So it's like you have the people who are like they're Yankee, Cowboy, Duke basketball, Laker fans.
Oh,
Right.
shoot.
And they switch all the time. Whoever's winning.
So I probably shouldn't say this either, but I'm going to because you said, do you want to talk about sports? And I said, I'll talk about anything, but I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh, But
why?
But it's been for a while, right?
Since I was little.
Oh,
I
see?
had the Dallas Cowboys starter jacket with the Velcro flap.
Oh, I remember the
zipper.
starter jacket.
I probably was made fun of, but didn't care. My father was Emmitt Smith, Troy. I mean, I didn't want anybody to be sad about like who lost. Like whenever I would play a game with my dad and he would lose, I would cry. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a Cowboys fan for my dad. But my stepfather, he is a Mets fan, and he probably has it worse than I do.
He's famously a Mets fan.
Famously.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he brings his scoreboard or his scorebook
scorebook, yeah.
to the Phillies Mets game.
He fills it out all the innings.
Out.
He's one of those guys. That's old school.
That is old school.
That is
It's
old
really
school.
cool.
I love it.
It's really
though.
cool
Yeah.
for us to
Well,
watch.
listen, we'll stick to Cardinals.
Okay.
Cardinals are good.
Okay.
Okay, we'll stay away from the football.
Okay.
But
Yep.
Cardinals are good. I'm cool with the
Thank
Cardinals.
you. Thank you.
You know, there's a lot of great Cardinals over the years in the Hall of Fame. They won a couple World Series in the last 30 years, so that's fine.
Great people
Thank
from the
you.
Midwest too.
Thanks
Cardinals
for
fans
not
are
cutting me
good.
off the air.
No.
Well,
Well,
I got a question about the business.
Okay.
Being fairly new,
Yes.
do you see a certain flavor taking off right away?
Blood oranges.
Blood oranges.
Yes.
Okay.
Blood oranges, and then
So if I was going
oranges
to try it for
second.
the first time, I'd go with blood oranges.
Yes. Bourbon drinkers, whiskey. You can. Bourbon and blood orange apparently is super popular. I'm not a bourbon drinker.
I am.
So this you can take this home with you. How about that? A gift for
Oh,
you,
look at
Josh.
that.
Okay. Put it in your bourbon. But blood oranges, I don't know if it's because of the taste of a blood orange or if it's because of the beauty of a blood orange.
I think it's a beauty. So being in the food business, you know, people eat with their eyes.
The
When
aesthetics,
you
yeah.
go to a buffet, you look at the, oh, I want that, and you grab it.
Yes.
This is the same thing. If I give you a drink of rum and Coke, it's just rum and Coke and ice.
Yeah.
I give you rum and Coke and one of your fancy on top.
Yes.
Takes it to a whole nother level.
It does, and it elevates every experience. I mean, if you're going to a July 4th party, bring a bag of dehydrated fruit with you. Give it to the host.
Yep.
It's
Josh,
perfect.
real quick, I know we're going to break.
Yeah.
You know, we do stuff for the first. Me and you, a lot of times this is the first. Sitting right here between us. Do you know what kind of pageant woman this was? high-end
High-end
pageant.
luxury.
Yes.
I wouldn't know anything about that. So
we're
Let's do a segment.
Yeah.
Let's
How about
talk.
this? I know that what is it? September is Miss America.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so how about we circle back?
Historically, yeah.
Okay, well, is it in September this year? Yes or no?
It's
Well, you
a
know,
bigger
they never
Announce
they
it.
don't disclose the date, but I'll get back to you. Let's go with September.
Okay, well let's
because
just
it's an
reserve
historical
a
month for Miss
future
America.
date.
Okay.
She
to
can give
have
us
a
the rundown of all the
conversation.
girls that are going to be in it.
Yes.
There you
I
go.
love that idea.
Listen, I know more about other women's sports than I do about pageants. Okay,
That's
I know what I know and I know
Pageants
what
are
I don't
sport.
know.
But we have a
Yes.
Jersey girl from right here. that
I
just
was
won.
close to being Miss New Jersey, and
Yeah.
at one point I was always the bridesmaid, never the bride. You know that whole rigmarole. I was second runner-up to Miss New Jersey in 2000.
Imagine that. She would have been on the stage. Yeah.
Okay, listen, we appreciate you
You're not,
stopping by.
You're
We
not a
appreciate
runner-up
you.
with us. Don't worry about it.
You're not a runner-up with us here.
I appreciate you.
On Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN. We got more to get to coming up on the show in the next hour. We have our Phillies Fastball segment, of course, as well as we'll be talking with Damon from Holiday Coffee in the next hour as well. So keep it tuned to 97.3 ESPN. The text board is still open. We will get to it. So keep the text coming in at 609-403-0973 in the 2 o'clock hour of the Bash being brought to you by the law offices of Craig A. Altman, proud sponsors of Philadelphia sports coverage on 97.3 ESPN. If you know a car accident, slip and fall at work, all you got to do is go to CraigAltmanLaw.com for your free consultation. Again, coming up, we have Jeff Kerr for our Phillies basketball segment. Plus, we will have Adam Caplan, Football at 4, powered by the Inside the Bird podcast, as well as our Sixers conversation with Paul Hudrick from Liberty Ballers. We are broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors. Come on down for your chance to win a Devontae Smith Eagles signed helmet.
Start America's 250th birthday Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schwein. Join me and Nick Earnshaw as we kick off the weekend. The Sixers' big trade and the Phillies will be our focus. Hour 1, we'll hear from the captain of the 1980 gold medal ice hockey team, Mike Carlin. Hour 2, the owner of the Point, Patrick Holloway, checks in on the Star Spangled Weekend. Then it's our Beach Patrol report with Jack Brooks, brought to you by McCann Realtors and the OCBP Lifeguard Alumni Association. This week, we'll talk with the chief of the vendor Beach Patrol, David Funk. It's the locker with Billy Schwein, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best and will become lifetime memories. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Learn the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
Future you wants to have fun on the 4th. So get set in one stop at Target's 4th of July sale. Get 40% off women's dresses, skirts, and shorts. And for the kiddos, shorts are 20% off. What's a celebration without something tasty? Frozen treats are BOGO 25% off. Plus, you save 30% on soda 12-packs when you buy 3. Have fun all weekend long. Shop Target's 4th of July sale. And Saturday, restrictions apply.
Something good to know from First Bank of Sea Isle City. We have all of today's innovative banking products just like the big banks, but we offer something they can't. A personal community focus. Let's get you started with Bill Pay. You save time when you pay your bills online. It's fast, easy, and convenient. First Bank of Sea Isle City, a community bank that delivers more for you every day. Personal service, today's technology, from the people who truly care. Learn more at firstbankseaisle.com.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Summer's here and the heat is on. Attila's Gyms has got you covered with top-tier equipment and their legendary old-school vibe. Whether you're hitting the beach or hitting a personal record, they've got everything you need to stay strong while on vacation. And best of all, no contracts, just fitness on your terms. With 5 convenient locations, Wildwood, Sea Isle, Ocean City, Egg Harbor, and Galloway, your next workout is minutes away. Join Attila's Gyms today.
The U.S. Treasury just released its official financial report for 2025. Buried in it is a startling admission. By its own numbers, it appears the U.S. government is insolvent. When governments go this deep in debt, they print money, raise taxes, or cut benefits, none of which can help protect you. That's why people move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's one of the fastest growing sports in America with more than 250 youth and adult flag football teams. It's the annual Battle on the Beach tournament, and it's coming to Wildwood July 11th and 12th. Come watch all the action with no admission fee for spectators. Take a break from the sidelines to visit Pig Dog Beach Bar, located right next to the fields. Try the new Rough Life beer, a collaboration with Mud Hen Brewing Company, and check out the Sports Bash with Mike Gill, broadcasting live Friday afternoon, only at Maury's Beers in Wildwood.
Home of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill, 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City.
Finally! This is Hanging with Hennig.
I have friends everywhere.
On 97.3 ESPN Radio, South Jersey.
In New Jersey. Am I right?
Yeah. Live feed on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
It seems to run on some form of electricity. Well, you're not wrong.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together.
Now, here's your host.
He's not That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Josh Hennig.
I'm still not sure.
I want to be healthy. Obviously, I'm going to play every game in the first half. Haven't done that for a long time, so we'll see. Last time I said it, the last time I did it, I won. I said I'd never do it again. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. I don't really have anybody to throw to me as well. My dad hasn't thrown in a long time, so I don't really want to do it without him. It's a moment for me and him, but we'll see. Obviously, I know the fans want me to do it, so I'll take that into account. But let's see how much oomph I guess I have behind me going out there and doing it.
That was Bryce Harper basically being as non-committal as humanly possible. He sounds like somebody who wants to get out of a relationship when it comes to the All-Star break. Our Phillies Fastball segment with Jeff Kerr this hour being brought to you by Broadlee's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Broadlee's is your trusted source for heating, plumbing, service, and installation for generations. Call them at 609-390-3907 or visit them online at broadlees.net. We are broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors. Come on down for your chance to win a signed Devontae Smith helmet, as well as other prize giveaways. We mentioned Douglas Candies in the last hour with Jason. We have Damon from Holiday Coffee joining us later this hour. But right now, it's time for our Phillies Fastball. Jeff Kerr is back with us here for a happy hour Friday on 97.3 ESPN. Jeff, welcome in. How you doing today?
Pretty good there, Josh. By the way, I agree with you on the whole relationship thing. It does feel like he's trying to be as nice as he can to break up with the girl, and this is the most polite way of handling it.
Well, why do you think he's being so apprehensive about participating? To me, it's in Philadelphia, the All-Star game. He's going to make the team. It's not like he's not going to be on the team. So why is he being so apprehensive about basically being a part of the showcase of Philadelphia?
I think it bothers him that he missed a lot of last season. And by a lot, I mean 30 games. Remember, he got all, and I know people get mad when I keep tweeting every time he hits a home run. Well, he his 20th home run on August 17th last year. They're like, well, he missed a month. I'm like, well, yeah, that's the point. He missed a month. And he was, I don't want to say he was elite in the second half, but he was very good in the second half of last season. And he's been an elite player this year. I think he sees, look, I have a chance to hit 40 home runs for the first time in a long time. I have a chance to get 100 RBIs for the first time in a long time and show I'm still an elite player at 33 years old. And if the home run derby takes his rhythm or affects the timing of his swing, I think he's going to look at everything into consideration. But I like the answer he gave. He's like, look, I played every game in the first half. Maybe he's getting a little tired. Maybe it was the heat yesterday. But again, I kind of like how committal or non-committal he was to it. And he said, look, my dad can't do it anymore. So I don't really know who to go to.
Well, I think that's what's interesting as well, is the Phillies are probably going to have, what do you think, Jeff? Is it going to be 5 All-Stars, you think? What is the number that you're kind of expecting? I feel like, we know they're going to have, Marsh is probably going to get voted in. We know that, Sanchez is going to be there. Duran's probably going to be there. Harper's going to be, I'm already at 4 people. So, what is the expected number of All-Stars for the Phillies?
Well, I guess 6 a couple weeks ago. I think I'm going to go 5 right now. I'm with you, Josh. I think Marsh gets voted in. I think Harper gets selected. I think Schwarber gets selected. I mean, you got to take Harper and Schwarber. They're 2 of the top 10 in Major League Baseball in OPS, and the game's in Philly. Christopher Sanchez, he'll probably end up starting the game. So that's 4. Johan Duran, I think that's 5. So I think those are going to be the 5. Maybe Zach Wheeler's the 6, but I think Zach Wheeler will want to play in that game, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, the way Zach Wheeler acted the other day and they pulled him out of the game, I mean, he might, break in the door, to play a pitch of the All-Star game, because, I mean, listen, Jeff, I know it probably won't happen, but I think ideally, if you're a Philly sports fan and the All-Star game is in Philadelphia, the ideal scenario is Sanchez starts, Wheeler comes in the second inning, right?
I think that is the ideal scenario, yeah. I mean, look, I know a lot of people want Zach Wheeler to start the game and it'd be a nice story, but I'm always give it to the best pitcher. And if Christopher Sanchez is the best pitcher and the most available pitcher, if Mizorowski's going to pitch that Sunday and not participate in the game, then yeah. By the way, Josh, I want to ask you this. I know they changed the rule where if you pitch Sunday, you can't pitch in the game. Are you in favor of that, or are you like?
I hate it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I want to see the best pitchers play. I don't know.
I don't understand some of these rules because it's like the whole point of the All-Star game is to give the fans something. This is about the fans. This is about the people who love the game of baseball. This isn't about the players and their load management and their personal feelings and their contracts. And it's supposed to be the one time that like all the things that we hate about pro sports gets thrown out the window. And it's like, I just, if a guy pitched on Sunday, just use that as an example, right? Well, you know what? He can pitch one inning. I'm pretty sure he can pitch one stinking inning.
Well, my favorite thing is when people complain about the All-Star game, like the voting, all the fans should vote. I'm like, no, this is for the fans. Like, you can't complain about Bryce Harper not being in the game when Alec Bohm and Bryson Stott are finalists for the same game. And I think Phillies fans have done their job. I don't think it's their fault Bryce Harper wasn't a finalist or Kyle Schwarber wasn't a finalist. It's a stupid rule to begin with that you only take one DH and the guy who wins it gets it. It almost feels like that's a rule for Ohtani at this point.
Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff is also ridiculous because, like, first of all, the voting is a dumpster fire now because they have this new thing now where, for those who haven't noticed, for the All-Star game, certain guys already, quote-unquote, locked in a spot because they got so many votes. So, like, Ernie Clement was already locked in for second base for the American League. So you're just like, well, what's the point of voting then if you're not giving us a chance to vote beyond the first round? Like, to me, this is where baseball makes it. Like, this is where baseball is World Cupping it for America.
Yeah.
For American fans, like, don't make it more complicated. Like this VAR replay system in the World Cup. Like, it's ruining the game, okay? The fans want to watch the game. They don't want to watch you spend 10 minutes talking about video replay.
I agree with that. And look, it's funny because I don't know, like, and look, I never played soccer. I've watched soccer for a long time, but I don't even know what's offsides and not anymore. And you know what? It's funny because they said, like, Europeans are like, this doesn't have American football. I'm like, yes, it does. We don't know what a catch is. It's
right.
Kind of hilarious when you think about it. Back to the All-Star game, though. Yeah, I agree, Josh. I liked it when it was, okay, we did one round, you campaign, you hand out the ballots, you can vote online as many times as you want. Here it is, done. And then you had the last chance voting, which I thought was the greatest thing they did, and then they got rid of that. I think they got rid of that. I don't even remember it. They got rid of that.
Well, the home run derby is completely different this year. They got rid of, the extra ball and the timer and all that stupid stuff. It literally, they've simplified it. But I think they probably simplified it because it's on Netflix this year. Which, to me, we know that Kyle Schwarber is going to be the home run derby. I think that's what Harper's hemming and hawing, like you said about most. I don't think Harper's as negative as he's coming off as. Like you said, maybe it was the heat yesterday. And listen, I know it's an excuse, but I do genuinely think yesterday, Jeff, that the heat in the ballpark definitely affected some of the Phillies hitters.
Oh, I definitely do. I thought yesterday's game was, okay, it's not striking first. It's, can you strike first and score 3 runs? If they would have gotten a hit with 2 men on in the third yesterday, maybe Pittsburgh packs in and said, all right, it's hot out. We're not dealing with this. But you kind of let them hang around. And when you let a team like that hang around on the getaway day, you're like, okay, we can win this game. Like, we still have a shot at the playoffs here. A split with the Phillies sounds great. And I actually think it was a successful split for the Phillies because I thought Pittsburgh could have won a couple games that series. That Pittsburgh can hit. I get tired of hearing like this team isn't good, this team isn't good. No, if you look at the National League, there are a lot of good teams. So I get tired of hearing like the Phillies don't beat anybody because it's just not true.
So with Jeff Kerr for our Phillies Fastball segment today, being brought to you in part by Broadleaf's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Broadleaf's is your trusted source for heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services for generations. Call them at 609-390-3907 or visit them online at broadleafs.net. Broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the 34th Street Ocean State Bridge. You can stop by with a Devontae Smith signed helmet along with other great giveaways from Douglas Candies, Holiday Coffee, and more. It's all to actually my left if you're watching on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig at 973 ESPN. Jeff, they're hitting the road right now. We are counting down. The reason why we're talking about the All-Star game as well, not because it's in Philadelphia, but because the teams will be announced this weekend while the Phillies are in Kansas City, which, by the way, Jeff, isn't it funny that we say you're escaping the heat by going to Kansas City?
It is kind of ironic. Also, we forgot to mention that the Phillies are off today. It's very weird, like you're off on a Friday. I had to calm people down of why they're not playing at home on July 4th, and I almost decided to make the Starkey comment. You weren't going to that game anyway. It was 100 degrees out, and with everything going on in Philly, I don't even want to be near there.
I'm telling you right now, all the Phillies down here. It took me some time to get here to Boulevard Super Liquors today. I mean, the traffic is way better now than it was when I got here. But, like, I'm telling you, all the Philly fans who would be at the game today are here at the shore.
I would agree with that. It's cooler down there. I mean, I'm sure it's hot down there too, but you're at the beach on the 4th of July weekend. It's like the place to be right now.
Absolutely. So you mentioned about the Phillies, how they're beating all these teams. For you, Jeff, has there been, June was a big month for the Phillies. It was a big month for them to kind of finally start rounding in the form. We started seeing the best of Alec Bohm. We started seeing Bryce Harper really find his groove as well. Was there a player or a series in June that was kind of a moment where you said, that's the team I expected to see when the year started?
Yeah, this is a good question, Josh, right? Because I thought they had a good series against Toronto in Toronto, and then they lost 2-3 in Milwaukee. You're like, okay, well, that's the series where you saw their shortcomings. And the Marlins had the best record in baseball in June, and the Phillies took 2-3 from them. I don't care who the Phillies didn't face or face. They beat them 2-3. That's the regular season. The Washington series definitely was the one where you probably should have lost maybe all the games, and you had all those ninth inning hits with 2 outs. Derek Hill coming up with a big hit. Bryce Harper having a big hit. I mean, I think that's the team the Phillies think they are, that they're never out of it. And look, just from covering the team this whole season, especially the last 2 months, it just seems like they have a renewed life. And talking to Mike Schmidt this week, we talked about Don Mattingly a bit and said, look, he's a player's manager. You could tell that team respects him, and he said he was only there for a little bit. It's not like, he's there every day, but if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, greatest third baseman of all time, and you're seeing that, it speaks some vibes. It does.
Jeff, you mentioned your conversation with Mike Schmidt, and I think what's interesting is that, Schmidt and Mattingly are basically the same era of ball players. So it's interesting when you hear Mattingly as a manager, the way he speaks, like, yesterday when he basically said, I really don't care that Wheeler was mad, basically saying that, I want my guys to be there. I want them to go out there and start. And it's such a throwback mentality. And I feel like that's something that a guy like Mike Schmidt can, empathize with, right? Because, that was their era of baseball. The pitcher wanted the ball.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy too when I asked him, like, you and Don Mattingly have been plenty of All-Star games together. I looked it up. They were in like 8 All-Star games. They never spoke to each other during those games. And it wasn't it wasn't like it was
such a different world. Such a different world.
Yeah. And they said it wasn't like we didn't like each other or anything. They never did it. It was a different era. And, really, he said their connection was Mike Schmidt was a Franklin Glove guy, and so was Don Mattingly. So he said, he goes, I can't remember we were in like commercials, or did like shoots together. He said, he goes, it's sad. He goes, I feel bad. He said, maybe Don remembers, but I don't think Don remembered. So that was their first real conversation last week. But yeah, it's, he said look, there's a lot of old school approach to Don Mattingly. And I think that's the difference between him and Rob Thompson. And Mike Smith was a big Rob Thompson guy too. He loved Rob Thompson, but I think that's the difference. It's like Don Mattingly can literally flex himself and say, I'm a borderline Hall of Famer. Shut up.
And I think that's what's interesting is that it's, the conversation that you, Oscar, and Mike have had this week about the whole Mattingly versus Thompson conversation is the fact that it's not that the players didn't like Rob Thompson, but it's that, Rob Thompson was probably a guy that it wasn't resonating anymore. And so for you, it doesn't, I know Don Mattingly mentioned this when he first got the job, right? It's up to the players, not up to me. Do you feel like the players have kind of embraced the idea that and I hate to be so blunt about it, but they got their guy fired?
Oh, they definitely. I think Don Mattingly told them that you got your guy fired. like you love Rob Thompson, right? Well, you didn't love him enough, or you didn't play well enough. I think the message kind of got stiff. I think Rob Thompson was the right manager at the right time for them 4 years ago, and the message kept working and working and working because they kept winning. I mean, this year was the first year they didn't win at all. But when you're in a win now mode, you got to do something. And like even Schmidt said, you ain't firing the players. You're not firing the GM who doesn't deserve to be fired. You know, you fire the manager. That's usually the guy. He said I was part of that. Like they all love Danny Ozark, and Danny Ozark got fired. Danny Ozark won like Rob Dodson did. Dallas Green came in, changed some things around. They couldn't stand the guy's guts, but they won. And you know, Don Mattingly, at least it's a little different. They seem to like Don and like Don's attention to detail. And I had guys tell me, like, look, he changed some things up. It's, you know, nothing major, just, okay, this is when we're going to do this now, or this is when we're going to do this now. And we're going to have these hitting clinics, or we're going to have, you know, Caleb Coughlin's going to run the pitching now. Like, I feel like Rob Thompson was like the perfect CEO. He ran everything. He knew everything. He ran everything. Don Mattingly's like, I don't really care about the prospects. I don't really care about the pitchers. That's your job, Caleb. Or like, that's your job. You bring these guys up, I'll find it. Like, I never saw a guy that was so blunt, because he knows I'm a big prospect guy, and he knows that I cover a lot of the prospects and know a lot of the young kids. I asked him about Gage Wood one time. He's like, he's not on my radar. I'm like, okay.
But at the same time, Don Mattingly is the same guy who says we don't have a bunch of Paul Skeens in the minor leagues to call up to fill out the rotation.
That's what I thought was funny too. I'm like, boy, if Gage Wood gets a hold of that, it's I mean, same thing with Felix Reyes and Kevin, because look, I think they're good players. There's no room for him here. They got to play every day, and I just can't do it. So I love how honest he is, and it's like, okay, well, that's the story. I love guys who are blunt like that. Vic Fangio's like that, and so is Don Mattingly.
By the way, Vic Fangio, big Phillies fan. You know, throw that in.
He's always wearing his Phillies hat. He has the same cap that I see like my dad wear. It's like that Memorial Day cap from last year, and I just like. I crack up about it because I'm like, man, my dad and Vic Fangio are the exact same person. They tell it like it is.
He's Jeff Kerr at Jeff Kerr PHL on the X platform, covering the Phillies and the Eagles, by the way, with us here on 97.3 ESPN and the Phillies Fastball every Monday through Friday on the Sports Bash. Mike Gill, Jeff Kerr, Oscar Budajin. They got the Phillies Fastball each and every day. But today it's Hanging with Hennig on a happy hour Friday, broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors. Jeff, appreciate you jumping on today.
Always a pleasure, Josh. Have a good 4th.
You too. Be safe out there. Josh Hennig. Yes, we are Boulevard Super Liquors, where you can win a Devontae Smith signed helmet along with prize baskets from Douglas Candies, Holiday Coffee, and more. Speaking of Holiday Coffee, coming up on the other side, we will talk with Damon from Holiday Coffee right there over on 8th Street in Ocean City. Plus, we will check on the text board. I know texts have been coming in, so we'll get to you guys in a little bit. 609-403-0973 is the White Horse RV text board. Plus, our Sixers conversation coming up in about 20 minutes from now with Paul Hudrick from Liberty Ballers. All that and more. So to come, Josh Hennig, a special edition of Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. And we are streaming live on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig.
The Stone Harbor Bar and Grill on 96th Street is Stone Harbor's most complete entertainment experience. Great food, fun, and libations, and newly remodeled for 2026. The same great owners and all your favorite menu items remain, and now we've taken things up a notch with a brand new bar, new sound system, 36 brand new 4K TVs, and more. No matter where you sit, you always have a perfect sight line to the big game, and you've got to try our mouth-watering new menu items. Start your meal with blackened scallops, homemade fried pickles, or a cheeseburger flatbread. Try our new Chicago-style dog, or the Mary Ann sandwich, a chicken cutlet, broccoli rabe, and sharp provolone on world-famous Rando's Bakery Atlantic City bread. The Stone Harbor Bar and Grill sources only the top ingredients and serves up the best quality food. Voted best wings of Stone Harbor and the Jersey Shore by Lord of the Wings. Prime rib nights Friday and Saturdays, rib nights on Sundays, and Mike the Magician Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The newly remodeled Stone Harbor Bar and Grill on 96th Street in the heart of Stone Harbor. Open 11:30 a.m. till midnight, 7 days a week. Go to stoneharborbarandgrill.com or call 609-961-3534 for more.
Summer's here and the heat is on. Attilis Gyms has got you covered with top-tier equipment and their legendary old-school vibe. Whether you're hitting the beach or hitting a personal record, they've got everything you need to stay strong while on vacation. And best of all, no contracts, just fitness on your terms. With 5 convenient locations, Wildwood, Sea Isle, Ocean City, Egg Harbor, and Galloway, your next workout is minutes away. Join Attilis Gyms today.
Meet Matthew Preston,
Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
Is your trading stopping you from shopping? It's time to drop in some Matt Black Nissan.
Don't freak out about your old car. Trade out. In celebration of 250 years of freedom, Matt Black Nissan and Matt Black Infiniti will free you from your old car and pay you up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade value for your old car. High mileage, cosmetic issues, all trade-ins are welcome. New 26 Matt Black Nissan Altima SV, just $99 per month. New 26 Matt Black Nissan Rogue SV, just $179 per month. Plus, the all-new Infiniti QX65 luxury crossover SUV is here, and you have to drive it to believe it. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. Our lenders can get almost anyone approved. Come see us today and get up to $4,000 more than your trade is worth at Matt Blatt Nissan and Matt Blatt Infiniti. I'm a Black Horse, Pike and Egg Harbor Township.
It's time to drop in some Matt Black Nissan.
39 month lease on Altima, 36 month lease on Rogue, 7727 to assigning, subject to lender approval. Call 877-289-6679 for details. Tax trade for the purchase of select models. Offers not combined, expires month end.
You're hanging with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
I want my picks back. I want David Putnam.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
All my picks back, and I want David Putnam just because I feel like it.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, I am. Haven't I proved that already?
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here on Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN, broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors. We are a chance to give away a Devontae Smith signed helmet, but you got to come down and sign up in order to win the prize, as well as other big giveaways. We have a gift basket from Douglas Candies. As well, we have stuff from Holiday Coffee joining us here on 97.3 ESPN. We got Damon and I literally just forgot your name.
Melissa.
So, Melissa, thank you. I knew it was an M, but I kind of had a moment of like, a little brain fart. The heat's getting everybody, which is probably why you need to go down to Holiday Coffee to kind of get yourself a little refresher.
Get a cold brew. Yeah.
So now, talk to everybody about Holiday Coffee. Right now, you're over on 8th Street in Ocean City. So kind of give the folks an idea about, the kind of the etymology of going from where you were to where you are now on 8th Street.
Yeah. Well, we started on the boardwalk at Wonderland Pier.
Right.
There for a few years. Unfortunately, 2024, Wonderland announced their closing. Melissa and I had to make a decision on what we wanted to do with our lives. So kept our eyes open for a potential space. We visited 8th and Atlantic in January 25. Loved it, saw potential. We've got a great outdoor terrace, which is important in Ocean City or down the shore. So we're able to have a picnic table, a bunch of bistro tables, and thought it was a busy corner in it.
What's interesting is that we were talking about before you guys came on about the fact that your outside is now becoming like a photogenic like spot. Like everyone wants to get a picture with like the holiday coffee sign or their coffee in front of the sign.
Yeah, it's been fun.
We so trendy.
Yeah. We
Did you ever think you'd be trendy?
No, never.
Melissa and I love to travel. The two of us, we bring our kids over to Europe, and so as we've traveled over the years, we store stuff in our memories and say, "Oh, that was cool," and we tried to bring a little bit of that to the corner of Ocean City, and people have really responded. So it's been fun.
So obviously, for those who know me here on 97.3, they know I'm a big coffee guy. So, I mentioned you guys before that, I'm an iced coffee guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's summertime. This is the perfect time to get iced coffee. But talk about some of the specialties you guys have coming up this weekend for 4th of July weekend.
Sure. So we use La Colombe coffee. So Josh, for it's the best cold brew.
Yep.
Also, in the summertime, if we tend to have some long lines, which is great. We have our little truck parked out front, Piaggio, equipped with cold brew. So if you wanted to beat the line, come over to Mona, which is the name of our Piaggio, grab a cold brew. But for this weekend, we have a few different specialty lattes. We'll always have our number one seller, which is the Fluff on the Beach. It's a homemade peanut butter sauce topped with vanilla cold foam, fluff around the cup. Our blueberry latte, I make the blueberry syrup. That's our number 2, I would say. And then for this weekend, we have a sweet summer corn roasted latte. It's delicious. We have a iced Americano topped with an espresso cold foam.
It sounds really
which
good.
is really good. And then for those a little more adventurous, we have a tomato latte, which is topped with a sweet basil cold foam.
Interesting.
So it's delicious if somebody wants to take a shot.
Now, what I want to know is there something that you guys serve that maybe one of you two like, the other doesn't like?
Ooh, we're both heavy cold brew.
Yeah, I drink
Heavy
a lot
cold
of cold brew. Melissa starts every day with hot coffee, whether it be an Americano or the dark roast that La Colombe has. I am cold brew. I would say we're both in agreement on our peanut butter banana latte.
Yeah.
I home make
That's a real treat.
We make the banana sauce and it goes with the peanut butter, and it's fantastic. Yeah,
Awesome.
We agree on that one. Yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
Nice. So holiday coffee again over on 8th Street, where the physical location is. We are here down at Boulevard Super Liquors today. Special Hanging with Hennig happy hour Friday on 97.3 ESPN for 4th of July weekend. And of course, when you think of summertime, you mentioned me before that you're a baseball guy.
I am. Yeah, grew up playing baseball. My dad was a pitcher. Older brother was a pitcher. Younger brother's a pitcher. So I played middle infield.
Naturally.
Yeah. Didn't throw as hard as those guys. So I grew up a Cubs fan. Ryan Sandberg. I was a second baseman, so I always loved Rhino. Had a pet turtle named Rhino.
Really?
Yeah. And went out to Wrigley when I was young and fell in love.
I feel like we're getting information for like one of those like quiz shows.
Yeah.
Something about your significant other.
Yeah. So we try to get out to Wrigley. Not quite once a year, but we love going to ball games there. And we get to the bank probably for a few games every summer. We love doing it.
So probably for someone like you, when the Phillies signed Kyle Schwarber, you were probably like, great.
Yeah.
I'm on board with this.
Love watching him hit. Yeah. Love watching him hit.
So now he's going to be in the home run derby. It looks like it's going to be in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So
we'll be rooting for him.
So if you had to choose between going to the home run derby or the All-Star game, which would you, the baseball guy, choose?
I've always wanted to go to a home run derby, and I've never been to one. So I would say home run derby. You?
Okay. Yeah, no doubt.
A home run derby.
Yeah.
Okay. We're agreeing
See?
again.
Yeah.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
This is why you're perfect simpatico. No ruining this relationship. No, but seriously, the funny thing about baseball is that you're right. The home run derby is such a unique thing.
It is. Yeah.
See, I would have said if this was 30 years ago when the All-Star game was last in Philadelphia, I would have said the game. But 30 years later, I feel like the game has kind of lost some juice because of the way that, the game kind of like plays out now. It's not the same the way it used to be. Back in the day, it used to be everyone got their turn. You would highlight everybody from a different team.
Sure.
And it was like, you had no idea who Jeff Cirillo was from the Brewers unless you saw him a couple times a year, unless he was in the All-Star game. Now you see everybody. You can watch a game on your phone. You can watch it on your computer. So it's like, the idea of I need to see this guy I've never seen before kind of lost a little bit of its juice. Whereas the home run derby, I feel like, has become bigger because of the fact that it's just the idea of, you said you played middle infield. I played high school baseball. I played outfield and catcher. I couldn't hit a lick. So to me, watching these guys hit home runs, it's just amazing to watch.
It is. Yeah. We're looking forward to it next week.
So for you guys, you mentioned first thing in the morning is coffee, right? Okay.
Right away.
So do you guys have like a cutoff during the day when you stop drinking coffee?
No, there's no cutoff.
I'm earlier than you. I'm 3 o'clock.
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like Damon's not.
No, there's no cutoff.
Well, 3 o'clock is the start. When do you go to bed?
I tend to crash if I get up really early in the morning, make the syrups, make a lot of blueberry muffins.
Right.
And then, I do after a bunch of cold brew, I do hit a wall, 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
But we've been actually Dave and I are coaching an all-star team. So we've had a lot of fun staying up, playing
Later.
night games. Yeah. Playing night games. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because it is 4th of July weekends, 250 years of America. So an interesting coffee note is that the most famous president for drinking coffee was Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay.
Theodore Roosevelt, they said, rumor has it, legend or whatever you want to call it, said that he drank what was equivalent of almost a tub's worth of coffee a day.
That's outrageous.
I'd probably give Teddy a run for his money.
And because the thing is that so for those, I'm a history major, by the way.
Yep.
So Teddy Roosevelt, he was actually a sickly child.
Okay.
And one of the things they found that helped him get over being like a sickly child was coffee. So from like a young age, the rest of his life, he just pounded coffee day and night more than he drank water.
Okay.
And so the funny thing is that it's actually Teddy Roosevelt's fault, is how I'm going to bring it full circle, is for Maxwell House. Because Maxwell House is actually not the house where the coffee was made. Maxwell House was a place that people stayed in Tennessee. It was like a high-end luxury resort hotel.
Okay.
And this guy got the coffee to be his coffee to be sold there. And it was, basically Teddy Roosevelt was rumored to have made the coffee famous because he demanded the coffee from this brewer day and night. But it was a time only found at the Maxwell House, to the point where he insisted it be shipped to Washington, D.C. so he could have the coffee up there. And that was the birth of Maxwell House coffee.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. So Melissa going to run for president then? Keep drinking coffee?
So what you're saying is you don't want to run for president?
I think she'd be great. Yeah.
Any skeletons in your closet? We need to know about.
Oh God.
But the thing is, holiday coffee, it's an American thing. It's an American thing. So and I think that's what's cool is that when you have good coffee, you mentioned that your guys' coffee is a very well-known coffee in the region. So it's like one of those things where it's like it's such an American element for people to drink coffee.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. And they come. It's social. We know a lot of our customers now. Our employees know a lot of our customers, so it's fun in there. When we're busy, we have a good time. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys stopping by. And what did you bring over here for us today?
So we brought. Wasn't exactly sure how this was going to work, but we have some gift
Neither
cards.
was I. So
oh,
it's
okay. All right. We brought some $25 gift cards.
Okay.
Cool. We have a holiday sweatshirt, a holiday hat in that cooler, either for customers or employees. Grab a cold brew. You, Josh, you're welcome to have one.
Thank you.
Yep. So we put them in we have a canning machine.
Yep.
So we
thank you. Got to put that in front of the camera.
Yeah. So that's great for if wedding parties. Place the order the night before. We can up 10 or 12 cold brews or lattes.
Now I understand the trending thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, someone like Amy over here is doing a great job of the social media stuff at Boulevard Super Liquors. This is something I could see you going around, drinking and taking pictures of you drinking. This cute little dainty.
Yeah, we call it a nugget, Cobra nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally. This is totally like that generation.
Before we
no
came,
offense.
before we came, before we came here, we canned 100 for the bike parade tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the 4th of July parade.
4th of July bike parade. So they'll be having a holiday coffee at the bike parade tomorrow.
Where's that? That's in my neighborhood. My future.
Is it?
neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Is it on that
Sam.
Oh,
Sam
this
Vanderslice.
one's for the Marion Park bike parade.
Yeah. Pick up 100.
Sorry, guys.
We got a lot going on here
Yeah.
over at Boulevard Super Liquors here on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank. You can win gift cards to Holiday Coffee as well as cooler if you come and stop down. Of course, the grand prize is the signed Devontae Smith helmet.
Oh, yeah.
But, the secondary prize can be, the gift cards
Sure.
and the cooler,
Yep.
I mean, you need a cooler this time of year.
Yeah.
I mean, for the summer,
Yeah.
if you're doing anything at this point. But, Damon, Melissa, appreciate you guys stopping
Thanks
by.
for having us. Yeah, this was fun. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's great to meet you guys
Happy
in
4th.
person.
Yep.
Yeah, you drop something down there? I don't know. I can't tell sometimes if it's the fly or someone like trying to get my attention. There's this one fly that keeps bombarding me the entire show, but I appreciate you guys stopping by.
You got it. Thank you.
Josh Hennig here on 97.3 ESPN, 3 o'clock hour on 97.3 here on Happy Hour Friday, being brought to you by Broadlee's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Broadlee's is your trusted source for air conditioning, heating, and plumbing service and installation for generations. Call them at 609-390-3907 or visit them online at broadlees.net. Coming up on the other side, we'll get back to the Sixers conversation as well as your guys' texts on the White Horse RV text board, 609-403-0973. Live from Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of 34th Street Ocean City Bridge. Paul Hudrick from Liberty Ballers, editor-in-chief, joins us coming up on the other side.
A Major League Baseball 4th of July doubleheader. First in Seattle, the Mariners face the Toronto Blue Jays.
Absolute no doubter to left for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Then at Wrigley, the Chicago Cubs go head-to-head with the St. Louis Cardinals.
God! Second 3-run homer for Ian Happ today.
The Blue Jays and Mariners at 3:30 Eastern, followed by the Cardinals and Cubs. A 4th of July doubleheader.
Listen to Major League Baseball all season on 97.3 ESPN.
From summer parties to beach days to dinners at your favorite BYOB restaurant, the one stop where I go for every occasion is Boulevard Super Liquors. Located on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge, Boulevard Super Liquors has the best selection of craft beer, whiskey, vodka, wines, and tequila in all of South Jersey. Plus, just minutes from Garden State Parkway X25, so you can easily stop into Boulevard Super Liquors as you travel to your destination. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Boulevard Super Liquors also has the largest temperature-controlled wine room in New Jersey, offering you the best selection of wines for your next dinner date or social outing. These are just some of the reasons why Boulevard Super Liquors is the best at the Jersey Shore. Visit them on Instagram and Facebook to learn more about upcoming tasting events. Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge, the best selection of beer and spirits in South Jersey.
Making your home look brand new is what Work of Art Construction can do for you. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Art Masker has 40 years of experience in construction and knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Want to install a new back deck or invest in a new front door? Just call Art Masker at 609-788-4271 to learn more. Visit Work of Art Construction on Instagram to see how Work of Art Construction can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with Work of Art. Call him at 609-788-4271 and let them make your home truly a work of art.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Yes, JCPenney understands it all adds up, and we can help. On Friday, July 3rd, fuel up and save. Show a physical or digital gas receipt in store and get a coupon for $10 off your purchase of $10 or more. Yes, JCPenney. Exclusions apply.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters.
Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When it comes to injuries, you can't afford to get it wrong. Insurance companies, they delay, deny, and pay as little as possible. Who's on your side? The law offices of Craig A. Altman. Car accidents, slip and falls, serious workplace injuries. They build cases to put real pressure on the other side. And you pay nothing unless they win. Don't guess, don't wing it. Call 856-327-8899 or visit CraigAltmanLaw.com. Local office in Vineland, backed by a Philly firm that knows how to win.
You're hanging with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Hey, you know what? There's another name you might know me by.
Star-Lord.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Who? Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Plan on earning my respect one day at a time by putting in the work. So I look forward to getting in the gym. I look forward to, the whole process. So the hard part, chat, is like for the last 10 years, I've been programmed to hate Philadelphia, from the history chat to the history of the rivalry to the playoff battles, all of the above, the process. I've been programmed to be man, the process. So it's it's funny now. I gotta reverse engineer. You know what I mean? And that's the part that's gonna take some time. But I'll be ready to go by the time the season starts.
That was new Sixer Jaylen Brown on a very long expository on Twitch stream last night. He was doing stuff, hanging with Hennig here on 97.3 ESPN. Our Sixers conversation right now being brought to you by Cross County Connection, presenting 6 new SJ Connect shuttles, providing fare free transportation across southern New Jersey, connecting the jobs, colleges, healthcare, shopping, government services, and NJ Transit hubs, all at no cost to riders. For details, call 856-229-7571 or visit driveless.com for more information. Right now, joining us is Liberty Ballers editor-in-chief Paul Hudrick, kind enough to join us for a Sixers conversation for July 4th weekend on 97.3 ESPN. Paul, welcome back to 97.3. How you doing? It's a weird day today, July 4th weekend. Half the world is, at the shore, and I'm in a liquor store. What better place I could be, right?
Yeah, listen, I would gladly switch places with you right now while I'm sitting here waiting to find out what the heck LeBron James is going to do. And now apparently Danny Greer is a very busy guy too. So.
Well, listen, you mentioned LeBron James. Let's get to that first, because Mike Carlin and I were kind of arguing about this earlier in the show. I had made the comment and Mike got mad at me, which is okay. We can still be friends, which is, to me, my problem with LeBron isn't LeBron. My problem is his skill set is duplicitous. I feel like there's a lot of guys on the Sixers currently that are, basically do things that LeBron does. I feel like this team needs a rebounder. They don't need necessarily, again, I understand what Mike you're saying about, you don't say no to LeBron James necessarily, but to me, LeBron isn't fixing the fact that Joel Embiid basically gets rebounds because they actually fall into his hands.
LeBron's a very good rebounder though. And he's also an outstanding passer, which this team big time needs right now. Now that you have, because look, Jaylen Brown, that trade, right? The correct move. Anyone would have made that. Anyone who says the opposite is out of their mind. Jaylen Brown is an improved passer. He's not a good passer. Tyrese Maxey, I would say, also improved, not necessarily a good passer. Joel Embiid, improved, not good. LeBron James is an elite passer. He's one of the best passers in the NBA, one of the smartest players in general in the NBA. So I actually think his skill set it's like you slot him at the power forward power forward on defense. On offense, I would just make him the point guard. That's what I would do.
Right.
And then have Maxey running off the ball, have Edgecombe running off the ball, and then good luck, pick your poison at that point. So, like, for me, it's a seamless fit. The only thing I worry about with the starting unit would be shooting because, Maxey's elite in that regard. Edgecombe really promising as a rookie. Jaylen Brown, okay. LeBron, okay. Embiid, okay. So, like, that's if you're going to point to one thing. The shooting is where I would be a little bit concerned. But you did also just sign Anthony Simons, who is an elite three-point shooter on very high volume.
Yep.
So, no, I think absolutely the fit. He comes in day one and he fits spectacularly.
And what I think is interesting, guys, is that, you just mentioned about some of the moves they've made, whether LeBron comes or not, it is the adding of Simons. It's the trading for Jaylen Brown. It's the addition of Dean Wade, right? It's even today, I feel like the sneaky move is Love. I think getting Love on a two-way deal could be one of those, hey, when it's like December and January when there's, an injury to somebody, right? You're going to need somebody who's going to be able to come up and play. I feel like there's a lot of moves that Mike Gansey has been making, Paul, that I don't think, Jaylen Brown is the big move, but to me, it's the big picture of he's making a lot of moves that just seem to make a lot of sense.
Remember,
and I'll tell you what.
I said that.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll tell you what, Josh, like what I kind of like about it, the overarching kind of backdrop is a lot of these moves, including the Jaylen Brown trade, quite frankly, they are how do we make life easier for Tyrese Maxey? You draft LeBaron Philon at the 22nd overall pick. Now, that was because he was the best player available. They were not targeting a guard in that situation. But now you have another lead ball handler that you can develop, bring off the bench. You sign Anthony Simons. That goes without saying. That's a guy who you can feel comfortable sitting Tyrese Maxey for whatever, 15, 20 minutes a night. And at least offensively, the production's not going to drop. Anthony Simons is a incredibly gifted offensive basketball player. I'm like kind of shocked that they were able to get him. I figured he would have opportunities if you look at I think the only difference between Anthony Simons and Tyler Hero is Tyler Hero has the Heat PR machine behind him. Seriously, that guy can really play. And then Jaylen Brown, you think about with Joel Embiid, he's gonna miss time, he's gonna miss games. When that happened last year, Paul George just didn't have that ability to kind of scale up. I still think Paul George was good. I think he's maybe going into the underrated category now, overpaid clearly, but still a good basketball player. But with Jaylen Brown now, Joel Embiid sits. It's not all on Tyrese Maxey to play, which, by the way, led the league in minutes last year. Not up to him to play 40 minutes now. You have a co-scorer that can really take the load and just be a guy you can dump the ball to, tell him to go get a bucket. So, I would say, too, with Gansey, the one thing I got to give him credit, not one thing, but many things, but, Quentin Grimes just signed a deal with the Lakers that's going to give him $15 million a year. Mike Gansey just signed Anthony Simons and Dean Wade for $15 million. I'm sorry, but that's a note to me, team building wise, especially for the Sixers. That's no-brainer stuff. But you have to get creative, and he did. And I think I applaud his creativity, Mike Gansey, more than anything else.
I absolutely right, especially when you go back and really dissect these players. Like you said about Simmons, over the last 5 years, he's averaging 18 points a game. Okay, Wade coming from Cleveland, he can forget about being a three-point shooter. With my son being part of the Cavs, it's my second home. I watch a lot of games and find out a lot of different stuff. He's always playing, if you watch, one of the top players on the other team. It doesn't matter if he's the off guard, small forward, power forward. He can play those four positions on D, and you can't put a number to that. So what you just said, what he's gotten two players for one is a steal. And then with Brown on top of that, we've always said for years how, if you're an Eagles fan, Howie Roseman's just been an unbelievable how he pulls these stuff together. This new guy's only been here for less than a month, and look what he's done already. I mean, it is amazing. They're tracking in the right direction, and that's all we ever ask as fans. Okay, But it does come down to people have been calling me up and they say, Mike, what do you think? What do you think? What do I think is one thing. How's Embiid? How's Joe Embiid? Joe Embiid plays, we're one of the top teams in the East. If we have another year like we had the last couple of years, we're a good team. We go from a good team to a great team if Embiid plays. It's all about Embiid. And anybody that doesn't think LeBron, if there is really talk about him coming to the Sixers, there's no my camp's talking to your camp. Okay, LeBron's talking to Embiid face-to-face and saying, hey, before I make this move, I need to know it. And this is between the two of us. He's telling him, are you playing or are you not playing? Are you going to play half a year? Like, I can't come to Philly and then you're off every other night kind of thing. That's why I think I can't see him coming to Philadelphia, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion.
I mean, look, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, if you have a healthy Joel Embiid going into the playoffs, we saw what that can do. And I think
absolutely.
And not only that, like there was the rumor that LeBron, in order to go to Golden State, wanted them to trade for Anthony Davis. What's the biggest knock on Anthony Davis? Can't stay healthy. So now,
street clothes Davis.
If LeBron was okay playing with Anthony Davis, I can't imagine he'd have a problem playing with Joel Embiid, who, quite frankly, when they are both healthy, I'm taking Joel Embiid every day of the week over Anthony Davis. With respect to Anthony Davis, who I think is a hell of a player. So I hear what you're saying. It's a fair point, but like I think I'll go back to what I said before. Like now with Jaylen Brown, with Tyrese Maxey a year older and a year better, with VJ Edgecombe now having a full season under his belt, he's going to improve. You have all these other pieces that it's not required of Joel Embiid to play 60, 70 games. He could play 50 games, be fresh for the postseason. You're getting the best version of him then. So, like, I think there are ways, and, like, LeBron even played 60 games last year as a 41-year-old. So, like, I do think there's concern there. I'm sure it's a question. I'm sure he's going to have, like you said, an open one-on-one conversation with Joel. But, like,
but they can work it out. But, Paul, like, what you're saying, Paul, is they can work it out. And I think how they work it out at their level is, hey, listen, right now the NBA's made up. You just want to make the playoffs. When you have a team like that, just get us to the playoffs. So if that means your back hurts for 2 weeks every month and you're off for 2 weeks, or we want to just make it to come May 1st, you're ready to play for the playoffs. Because if Joe Embiid's very healthy and they're the 4th seed, 5th seed, whatever, not to play in, and say, hey, we need a month and a half out of you, then they're an unbelievable team. If James is there too, then they're really unbelievable. So I think what you're saying is we just rest them.
Paul will give you the final word.
Yeah, no, it's just I think that's what it is. I think you can manage it correctly to where he gets to the playoffs and he is at full health. The Knicks just won the finals as the 3 seed, so like it's not like it's crazy to think the Sixers can be a 3-4 seed and work their way in and then be playing their best basketball at the time the playoffs start. Get hot because look, even the Knicks were down 2-1 to the Hawks in the first round, but they figured something out. They used Karl-Anthony Towns as that point forward role. They started playing their best basketball at the right time, and they had enough talent that they were able to do that and put it all together at once. And that's what got them over the Cavs. That's what got them over the Sixers, and ultimately what got them over the Spurs. And that experience. It's funny because the big talk is, the league's trending young, and yeah, that's true to an extent. But the reason why the Knicks beat the Spurs is experience. That was a more experienced basketball team with a go-to scorer in Jalen Brunson. It came up in the clutch. So I think that's I think there are pieces that the Sixers have. And if you add LeBron James to those, it makes them absolutely a contender in the East. But it all does ultimately come down to how healthy is Joel Embiid going to be when the playoffs start.
He's Paul Hudrick from Liberty Ballers, editor-in-chief. Check out all of your Sixers coverage all offseason at Paul Hudrick, at Liberty Ballers on the website. And, Paul, thank you for carving out some time away from LeBron watch for us here on 97.3 ESPN.
You got it, man. Anytime.
Josh Hennig along with Mike Carlin, broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors here on 97.3 ESPN. Our Sixers conversation there with Paul Hudrick is brought to you by Cross County Connection, presenting 6 new SJ Connect shuttles, providing fare free transportation across southern New Jersey, connecting to jobs, colleges, healthcare, shopping, government services, and NJ Transit hubs, all at no cost to riders. For details, call 856-229-7571 or visit them online at driveless.com. Coming up We will be talking with Adam Caplan for today's Football at 4. Yes, Happy Hour Friday. It's Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN. But we're still giving you the regular Friday show, as we always do each week here on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. And we are streaming live on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio. More with myself and Mike Carlin, as well as we're talking with Solento Tequila coming up the next hour. And you can win a Devontae Smith signed helmet. You just got to come to Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard.
Town Square Media has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible offers from some fantastic local businesses. Get this great deal right now. Get one $50 gift card for just $25 to the Birdcage. Perched in the heart of AC's University District, the Birdcage is the ultimate destination for great food, killer cocktails, and good vibes. That's a $50 gift card for just $25 to the Birdcage. Get this great deal right now at seizethedeal.com.
SeizeTheDeal.com.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on.
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Risa, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Every day, the Branch's outreach is on the move. They're recovering fresh food from local grocery stores before it goes to waste and bringing meals and essential supplies to communities all across Cape May County. They're stocking pantry shelves, supporting families, and connecting people with advocacy, case management, and resources that can change lives. Last year alone, the Branch's outreach served nearly 14,000 warm meals, provided more than 6,400 pantry distributions, and helped more than 15,000 family members put food on the table. But all of that depends on one thing: getting there. That's why the Branches has launched the Road Ahead campaign to purchase a new outreach van that will help recover more food, expand outreach, and bring essential resources to even more people across Cape May County. Whether you're a year-round resident or enjoying everything Cape May County has to offer this summer, you can help keep this mission moving. Visit thebranchesoutreach.org and support the Road Ahead campaign today. Help keep the Branches moving.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Finally! This is Hanging with Hennig.
I have friends everywhere.
On 97.3 ESPN Radio, South Jersey.
97.3 ESPN presents Football at 4 with Adam Caplan. Powered by the Inside the Birds podcast.
I give my heart and soul to this franchise, as so many of us do.
Now live, this is Football at 4.
Happy Hour Friday from Boulevard Super Liquors. Yes, football at 4. We are still doing it on a Happy Hour Friday. Adam Caplan, NFL Insider, joining us on 97.3 ESPN and Football at 4. As always, being brought to you by Ocean Casino Resort, the best place for game days, Fanatic Sportsbook, and Ocean Casino's Gallery Bar Booking Games is Ocean's go-to game day destination with huge screens, great drinks, and all the sportsbook action you can want. Big screens, big bets, game day hits differently at Ocean. Learn more, visit theoceanac.com. Adam Caplan is joining us now for Football at 4, Power Inside the Birds podcast. Adam, how you doing today? Let's try that again. Adam, can you hear me? All right, Vince, you're going to have to check on your side because we had a crazy amount of So, Vince, I think you need to take pot 16 out of 8. Probably is part of the problem we're having on our side. Probably need to go and get him back on the phone there because Adam probably heard the
Dallas is really set to have a really good year. And if I had to say there's one team that we're going to go up against, it's going to be Dallas in our division.
See, my problem with the Dallas thing is this. I think their defense is going to be better this year, but I'm not 100% sold on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not 100% sold that Dallas's offense is going to be consistent. You know what I mean? I think they have the passing game, but I don't think they have the running game. I don't think they have the balance on offense to consistently be a threat. The teams that I'm most worried about, surprisingly enough, is actually not Dallas. Although I think Dallas will probably win 8 to 9 games just because they're, because they have enough firepower to get it done. The team that really worries me are the Commanders and the Giants. Because they're both teams that had down years last year, and now they've retooled this offseason.
Right.
And anytime you have teams that were not as good the year before, you know what happens? They get a better schedule. So now you have the Commanders and the Giants both coming into this year with a bit of an easier schedule. I think that's a huge part of this conversation, Mike.
I agree. I think the Giants and Washington, too, would be the ones you have to look out for. And I think it goes to say just our whole division then, when you think about it. This is going to be one of those games on any given weekend. Anybody can beat anybody in our division in the East. I don't think anybody is that so outstanding that when the Eagles play the Giants or the Eagles play Dallas or the Eagles play Washington, it's going to be, that's just a win. Check it off. Not in our division, not this year. We talked about with the Sixers, it all comes down to Joe Embiid. It's, to me, with the Eagles, it comes down to one thing. Again, I go back to the offensive line. The offensive line doesn't stay healthy. It doesn't play the way they're supposed to play. We're in trouble. That's because I think that controls the whole. I don't think it's so much the call playing. I don't think it's so much the quarterback relying on him. To me, it starts with the offensive line. And when we're talking about offensive line guys being all pros, is that what a coincidence that our running game's doing great, our quarterback looks great, everybody looks great. As soon as one or two guys start getting hurt, things start cracking. To me, that's the biggest thing going with the Eagles this year. At the end of the year, if we say the offensive line really played up to the way they should be, they're going to be one of the top teams in the league.
So we'll connect with Adam Caplan next week for when Football at 4 is back on its regular schedule here on 97.3 ESPN. We are giving away a signed Devontae Smith signed helmet. So folks can come down, sign up for your chance to win the helmet, as well as other prize giveaways from Douglas Candies, from Holiday Coffee, and much, much more. We are live at Boulevard Super Liquors, right at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge. Mike, I'm watching this traffic drive by so fluidly now compared to when we were coming over here. I'm jealous.
You know why?
Because everyone's already here.
They're here, and some people actually come in a day, like usually Saturdays check-in, check-out day. This weekend, because it fell on a Friday, a lot of people that had rentals in Ocean City made it that they could come in on Friday. So that's why. And they want to get here before all the traffic, and they just want to go on the beach.
And by the way, it's a great opportunity for people to come by, stock up for the weekend here at Boulevard Super Liquors. As Dave Jr. was saying earlier, literally it's right off of exit 25 on the Garden State Parkway, so it's easy to get in and get out. We do have a bunch of texts we want to get to at 609-403-0970. I'm going to read them off now because we've been kind of neglecting that throughout the show. I appreciate everybody who's been listening throughout the day. It's also great to see some of the different people that we know, Mike, stopping by Boulevard Super Liquors today to stock up for the weekend. Some text coming in. Reed chimes in on the text board, says, all this talk about LeBron James is silly. Ben Simmons indicated he wants an NBA return. I think the Sixers would be the best to give him a shot. We need defense on the perimeter. Imagine Jaylen Brown and Ben Simmons combo on defense. Your thoughts on Ben Simmons?
As crazy as it sounds, I'd take him back tomorrow.
I don't mind.
Come off the bench.
Yeah.
Second team. He can do his thing with ball handling, a good passer. If he knows he's coming with the right atmosphere of just you're a role
right.
bench,
if he knows his role.
Right. If he doesn't think he's the number one pick in the draft, and it has that attitude, I'm going to be a role player now. I'm going to help the team any way I can. I'd take him back tomorrow.
I think the big thing with him is, and for as much of a Simmons hater as I was, for as long as I was,
everybody was.
I think not everybody. There's a lot of people who were Ben Simmons truthers. But, the problem with Ben Simmons is that if he just would have played his role, which is, I think he'd be basically at this point, like almost like if he could be like a Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman type player for this team, and basically say, I'm going to go out there, get 10 rebounds tonight. I'm going to play crazy defense. I'm going to run the fast break here and there.
Assists.
I think it covers so many bases for this team. It's willing to come in here for a veteran's minimum, which I looked it up the other day. So the veteran minimum for a player like Ben Simmons would be $3 million. Yeah. You're telling me you're going to sign him for $3 million? I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm totally on board with that.
I'm with you. And I think if he's got the right camp, they're pushing him to do that because he left here with such bad taste.
Right.
Now he could come back and try reinvent himself and help them get to the level that they all want to be.
But we do have some Flyers breaking news here on 97.3 ESPN. 97.3 ESPN Flyers insider Kevin Durso is reporting the Flyers have signed Leo Carlsson to a 5-year deal worth $18 million. So they stole one of the best centers in hockey away from the Anaheim Ducks. So not just the Sixers making big moves this week, the Flyers making some moves as well. That's actually, so 'cause I know you're a basketball guy, Mike. Signing Leo Carlsson is the equivalent of basically acquiring Jaylen Brown for the Sixers.
Yes.
So just kind of give you an idea who Leo Carlsson is. So that's a huge move for the Flyers. That's pretty exciting. More on the text board at 609-403-0970. Rico chimes in. Says, Josh, it's refreshing to hear Bale and the people down at Boulevard Super Liquors, local business people who are great athletes in the day, talk about their sports, their experiences in the community. It's nice to see hear something different instead of the regulars who are always pushing hot takes on 97.3 ESPN. Nice,
very nice
chime in from Rico there on the text board at 609-403-0970. Phil and Brigantine chimes in. He says, Josh, if the Sixers can land LeBron, you have to add him. He mentioned he likes BJ Edgecombe and would like to work with young players in a player-coach capacity. He has a mansion in Akron. His mom lives in the house. That could be maybe why he's golfing there. Well, yeah, he has multiple houses.
He's building the mansion in California.
Yeah,
it's
so
called the mansion.
I don't think LeBron is golfing just because he has a mansion. I think he also he likes golf.
He likes to play golf.
Okay. Phil goes on to say the fit between all the players, they need to make sure it's like a supercomputer, though. You got to get some MIT people to figure out the salary cap. I will say that LeBron, the reports are that he doesn't want big money.
No.
So if LeBron is willing to play for lesser money, it'll work. I don't think you need an MIT expert to make the salary cap work. If the guy's willing to play for a money that works on the cap, then it fits. If it fits, it fits, right, Mike?
And it will fit. Okay, it will fit for. They've already made it that he'll fit if he goes to Golden State, if he goes to Miami, if he goes to Cleveland, or he goes to Philly. Okay, the only one that can't pay them the least amount is Golden State.
Right.
Everybody else pays them $15 million. The mid-level exception. You know what no one has talked about and brought up, and I haven't heard it on the national media. I love to pick a Brown, so please, people, don't take this the wrong way.
Sure.
But you know what Selleck's record is when he's not on the court in the last in 42 games.
So I've seen that. Yeah, he has a better They have a better record when he's off the court than when he's on the court.
36-6.
But I think that's deceiving for one reason.
Okay.
Brown plays a lot of games in the last 10 years. So how many of those games were against bad teams?
Back to back.
You know, how many of those were back to backs? He was sitting. So here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought it up because it does need to be addressed. And Jaylen Brown kind of vented about it on his Twitch stream last night.
He wasn't happy with Stevens walking out the door.
This idea that analytics says he's not a good basketball player, I do think is ridiculous. Anyone who watches basketball, right? Like you say, what do my eyes tell me? How many times have you told me that over the last few years? You know, you always tell me that, if a guy can play basketball, he can play. I don't need you to tell me what his stats are for me to know if he's good or not, So I think that this is where the analytics get in trouble. The analytics say that Jaylen Brown's not a top 10 player, but your eyeballs say he's a champion, and the Celtics don't win that championship unless he's on the team, right?
I'm going to say it like this. Anybody that doesn't think Brown is one of the top players, I'm not going to give him a number, but he's one of the top players in the NBA right now, and he's proven it in the past. He's only going to get better the next couple of years. How the Sixers got him, I still don't know, because everybody says the 2 firsts and then two twos, all that.
Right.
Yeah, so drip tricks to me, and I was talking to people in the business. Second round picks are second round picks. The one guy said to me, Mike, after literally between the 15th and 20th pick in the first round, to them, they're second rounders. Because the NBA has gotten to the point now where if you're not one of the top 8 guys, 10 guys, well, most of the guys coming from? European, or they're coming out of the States that are 19 years old. Well, they're hoping 4 or 5 years from now they're going to be good. You're just gambling.
Right. You're playing roulette. So I keep going back to this point. So Chris Mannix, who's covered the Celtics in and out for decades, he's as plugged into the Celtics as anyone. He explained why the Celtics got rid of Jaylen Brown. And I can't get this explanation out of my head because it's been echoed by other people, Mike. But hearing a guy like Mannix, who covers the team so closely, say it, I think changes, at least how I look at the whole situation.
The Celtics were done with Jaylen Brown. They wanted to move Jaylen Brown. Ultimately, they did not care what the return was because this is not dollar for dollar value. It's not 75 cents on the dollar. This is at best 50 cents on the dollar. Paul George a couple of years ago was an all-star. He has been on a steep decline over the last 2 years. That's one of the worst contracts in the NBA. The first-round draft picks could be good, especially the one in 2031, but that is a long way off.
So when Mannix explains that, I can't get that explanation about it. Basically, the Celtics were done with him. They didn't want him, and they're basically just trying to get rid of him. And I think it's part of the disrespect, right? Part of the disrespect that Brown talked about is, and Mike, you've been around athletes. Yeah. When an athlete feels like you've crossed a line, they're done with you.
Well, you got people making decisions up in the corporate office that have never played on the court.
Right.
Okay. So again, it's like baseball. It's all numbers now. That doesn't matter. It's like, what was the movie? Moneyball.
Yes.
Why are we getting him? He can't hit? He gets on base. And what happens when he gets on base? He scores a run. That's all they care about. Numbers. In the NBA, I'm not so sure you can use a little bit of numbers, but Brown, notice that has not one player has come out and said, yeah, we had some problems with him or this and that.
No player said that.
They loved Brown, okay? And he wasn't like A.J. Brown, like, hey, I'm ready to get out of here. I've got problems here. He wanted to stay there.
No, this is what Jaylen Brown, not A.J. Brown, what Jaylen Brown said last night on his Twitch stream.
It was definitely a message being sent, and that message was received. I wasn't thrilled with the amount of respect that was showed during this process. I think there was a bit of a lack of respect. I think it was fine at one point, and then out of nowhere, things just kind of went left. I think Brad is probably getting a lot of the criticism. I wasn't thrilled the way he facilitated some of the conversations, but I definitely think there's more to it.
I think that's what you were saying.
Yeah, it came down to money.
There's somebody somewhere who's disconnected from the players, as you said, some corporate type of decision that was made.
Yeah, and it's someone that's never played basketball. They don't know what it's like to be on the court, to pull them to the side and talk to them. This guy, remember when Tatum was out? Who carried him? Carried the whole team, okay, that whole year. Put people in the stands for Boston. They were the second best team in the East. It's unbelievable that we were able to get rid of George in that contract and bring in a guy like Brown. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't have the audio in front of me right now, but I do know that one of the points that,
remember, he was going to be up for a Supermax, on top of a Supermax. Almost.
In 3 years, yeah. His contract's up at 3 years, but he's up for a Supermax next summer.
And they weren't going to pay that.
No, they weren't going to pay it. But I think it was Brian Windhorst who brought it up yesterday on television, so did Bobby Marks, the former NBA front office executive. They were talking about how, the situation with Paul George is that the Sixers, if they were going to get rid of him, they would have had to give up a first-round draft pick. So basically, it's almost like this was a player-for-player trade, the way it all worked out.
Right.
So, but guess what? You know what? We'll take it.
We'll do that over and over. Give us all the players like that.
All right, he's Mike Carlin. I'm Josh Hennig, hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle. We got the Devontae Smith signed helmet that people can win. All you guys come do and sign up. We also have gift basket giveaways from Douglas Candies, from Holiday Coffee, and more. But coming up on the other side, we're going to talk about Solento Organic Tequila. This is one of the best tequilas I have ever had, and we're talking about it more coming up on the other side. You can get it right here at Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge. Josh Hennig hanging with Hennig along with Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle, and we are streaming live on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig. Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
A Major League Baseball 4th of July doubleheader. First in Seattle, the Mariners face the Toronto Blue Jays.
Absolute no doubter to left for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Then at Wrigley, the Chicago Cubs go head-to-head with the St. Louis Cardinals.
God! Second 3-run homer for Ian Happ today.
The Blue Jays and Mariners at 3:30 Eastern, followed by the Cardinals and Cubs. A 4th of July doubleheader.
Listen to Major League Baseball all season on 97.3 ESPN.
From summer parties to beach days, to dinners at your favorite BYOB restaurant, the one stop where I go for every occasion is Boulevard Super Liquors. Located on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge, Boulevard Super Liquors has the best selection of craft beer, whiskey, vodka, wines, and tequila in all of South Jersey. Plus, just minutes from Garden State Parkway X25, so you can easily stop into Boulevard Super Liquors as you travel to your destination. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Boulevard Super Liquors also has the largest temperature-controlled wine room in New Jersey, offering you the best selection of wines for your next dinner date or social outing. These are just some of the reasons why Boulevard Super Liquors is the best at the Jersey Shore. Visit them on Instagram and Facebook to learn more about upcoming tasting events. Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge, the best selection of beer and spirits in South Jersey.
Making your home look brand new is what Work of Art Construction can do for you. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Art Masker has 40 years of experience in construction and knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Want to install a new back deck or invest in a new front door? Just call Art Masker at 609-788-4271 to learn more. Visit Work of Art Construction on Instagram to see how Work of Art Construction can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with Work of Art. Call him at 609-788-4271 and let them make your home truly a work of art.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Come experience our coolest summer yet at Ocean Casino Resort. Ocean will be having our first ever Water Ice Festival on July 18th, 2 to 5 p.m. to indulge in South Philadelphia's famous street. Get your tickets today at theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Good afternoon with your South Jersey weather forecast. I'm Joe Kelly. As you enter the fireworks tonight, keep an eye on the sky. There's a potential for some scattered thunderstorms. Otherwise, we'll see clear skies after midnight tonight, a low 78. Another hot one tomorrow, sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms again. And again, if you're seeing fireworks tomorrow night, keep an eye on the sky. For Sunday, partly sunny, a chance of late-day showers and thunderstorms, high of 89. That's your South Jersey weather. I'm Joe Kelly.
Town Square Media has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible offers from some fantastic local businesses. Get this great deal right now. Get one $50 gift card for just $25 to the Birdcage. Perched in the heart of AC's University District, the Birdcage is the ultimate destination for great food, killer cocktails, and good vibes. That's a $50 gift card for just $25 to the Birdcage. Get this great deal right now at seizethedeal.com.
SeizeTheDeal.com. Now back to Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here, special edition of Hanging with Hennig on a happy hour Friday, broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors for July 4th weekend, 97.3 ESPN. Of course, you still have time to come down to sign up to win the Devontae Smith signed helmet, along with gift basket giveaways from Holiday Coffee, as well as Douglas Candies. But right now, we're going to transition back to the alcohol, because it would be only appropriate for a happy hour Friday to talk a little bit about Solento Organic Tequila. And Todd DeCurcio joining us right now, because Todd, this is probably the best tequila I've ever had. How you doing, man?
Appreciate that. Well, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you jumping on. So, I think the cool thing about this tequila is And I know maybe some people haven't heard the story. So can you tell people how you got involved with this? Because I think, people might know you as the artist you are and different things you've been involved with, but I think the tequila specifically is a very unique and interesting thing to talk about.
Sure. Well, it was a trip back in 2014 to Mexico with my buddy Taylor Steele. We had already been just on the tequila train, and because tequila is such a great natural effect where, in moderation, you can get up the next day and function, and you can have clear meetings that night. Of course, you can black out and go overboard too, but went there together and traveled around Jalisco and got to all these different distilleries and found something we really loved. I was really there as a documentarian, and he was really doing a lot of the research, but, we were both drinking it. So we sampled it at all these places, and we found this wonderful family, and we're so grateful, and it brought it to the States.
So what's cool is that 3 generations of agave farmers are the ones that make this tequila. So this isn't just some random tequila that, some random thing that someone's going to find at the liquor store. This is some legitimate high quality tequila that you are a part of here.
It is USDA organic, additive free. It is small batch single estate out of Jalisco, Mexico, with the Montez family, and they're absolutely wonderful. They've procured some incredible brands over the years, and we're just grateful to be a part of their family.
Now, what is Todd? What is your favorite drink to make with this tequila?
I just love reposado, Big Rock, slice of lemon. That's my jam.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. How about you?
So I'm the kind of person who likes to have with a little bit of Sprite, actually.
Okay.
Throw a little bit of Sprite in there, maybe like a dry fruit or something. But
so you like some bubbles?
Yeah, like a little bubble. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I'm a margarita.
The margarita? Okay. All right. Well, there's a good mix here. I was suggesting earlier the ginger beer.
Yes,
try that.
Try it.
It's good.
That sounds good, actually.
With an organic ginger beer and a little bit of the repo.
Yeah,
yes.
You said something. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I was in the food business for a long time.
And
the big trend now with Whole Foods and Trader Joe's stuff, everything's clean label. I want clean label. When you were talking about this, that's how this sounds like it's coming off. Would this be considered a clean label for making tequila?
Oh, I believe so. I mean, when we first started, honestly, so this bottle, if you're talking about what the, presentation is, the original bottle looked like we had this traditional bottle. We wanted to compete with heritage brands and dive bars in New York. That's really where Taylor and I kind of formed this idea in New York City. And
sitting in a dive bar.
Yeah. Honestly, we'd walk around and figure out where we could bring it out. Can we get our own bar? What should we do here? And truthfully, the old bottle had stamped glass, and it looked like it had been ripped out of a Mexican cowboy's coffin. And then we met Yavis Laren, who does packaging for the MoMA, and he actually took it the whole other direction, came up with a completely different idea. So in our, project files, we still have the old bottle, which maybe you might see in the future. But this is just a beautiful presentation.
What I love, Josh, if you turn that bottle upside down,
yeah,
you see what's on the bottle.
Yeah.
Take it slow.
So,
stamped right there.
So for those who are listening on the radio on 97.3 ESP, if you come down to Boulevard Super Liquors and you gently flip it over, we're not saying chuck it around, but you can see it's literally stamped on the bottle of every bottle, correct?
Yes. The bottle's 100% recycled. Caps made out of crushed car parts. All the glass comes from Coca-Cola. These labels are completely water soluble.
Amazing.
People don't like when they put them in ice, in the ice carriers, and all of a sudden, the labels fall off. I'm like, hey, sorry. We made a biodegradable setup here. We wanted it to be as sustainable as possible.
And we were talking before we came on live about your 3 different ways that you use your bottle in this tequila.
Sure.
And it was going up in months. Explain how that works, or what the difference in each bottle is.
So our Blanco is twice distilled out of, copper vats from wild yeast, and then we pour that into American oak barrels. And we age for 9 months in our Reposado, and then our Añejo is 18 months aged in American oak.
And now for those who are maybe not tequila experts, what is the variable that comes into that time frame?
The variable?
Yeah, for example, someone might know wine, right? And they know that different wines, the longer they ferment, what you ferment them in. We're talking about a similar concept with tequila where it's
oh, yes. Now, 100%. So, 9 months age is definitely different than 4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
and then even 12 is different than 18. So you're just getting a more rich flavor, a more draw from the oak itself. So that gets more of that flavor goes into the juice, and that's your bourbon flavor from these casks.
Right.
And with us, it's a blend. So we use all different barrels from different places in Kentucky. So all those bourbons send those. Now it's like a big Mexican pipeline that goes on where they send barrels down. That's what everybody's doing now. They use wine barrels. They use all kinds of things to make all these special blends. But we stick with these three expressions: Blanco, Repo, and Añejo. We feel like our Repo and Añejo stand out because of their aging.
Absolutely. I've had the Blanco before, and it's absolutely incredible. You can get it here at Boulevard Super Liquors, right here, broadcasting live on 97.3 ESPN on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge. So, Ty, aside from Solento Tequila, what else have you been up to this summer?
Oh, I've been working in my studio here. My art studio is here in Ocean City, and surfing out front. I happen to be parked right there at a great surfing break on the north end, so that's been wonderful, and just staying cool.
Nice. Well, Ty, first of all, it's great to meet you in person, man. I've heard a lot of good
Wonderful.
things about
Thanks,
you,
Josh.
and I appreciate you stopping out and being a part of what we're doing here at Boulevard Super Liquors. We're obviously, with Dave and the team here, we're supporting the local community.
They're
and,
incredible.
It's great to have you out here and being a part of this today, man.
Dude, thanks so much. Thanks so much.
And we learned more about tequila. I needed to learn, and I learned a lot today. So
I love it. I should say some of the goats, you guys are all sports, right? So
yeah,
some of the great goats are part of the company. Kelly Slater, Tony Hawk, Jimmy
Slater's a
Butler.
stud.
Yeah. So
Jimmy.
Jimmy as well. And they're all part of the Solento family and been part of it from the very beginning.
By the way, you know what Jimmy Butler also is big into?
Tell me.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
okay.
Big Face is his company.
Yeah.
Promotes a Big Face.
I say that because Mike Carlin he likes to make fun of me because how much coffee I drink.
He does. He
Oh, do you drink Big Face? Have you tried it?
I've drank pretty much any coffee you could think of.
It's incredible. He had an event in Miami, and he had only Solento and Big Face, and it was awesome.
I saw that online.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Were you there at that one?
Yeah, we were there.
Very
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
So, but Kelly Slater's a stud. So, I mean.
He is. Rob Machado as well, who I actually work with creatively. We make art and surfboards together. We have a special edition coming out with Firewire surfboards in the fall. It's like the first ever art board by Firewire. So fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, Todd, again, appreciate you jumping on with us
Yeah,
today.
thank you so much. This is awesome.
Absolutely. And of course, you can come down. You can get Solento Organic Tequila right here at Boulevard Super Liquors on Roosevelt Boulevard at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge. Hanging with Hennig here, broadcasting live on 97.3 ESPN, 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle. There's still more to go coming up. We'll check back on the text board one more time, 609-403-0973. And, of course, we got more still to come. You still have time to come down and sign up for the Devontae Smith signed helmet, but you must stop by and sign up to win the helmet here at Boulevard Super Liquors, getting you ready for July 4th weekend on 97.3 ESPN.
The Stone Harbor Bar and Grill on 96th Street is Stone Harbor's most complete entertainment experience. Great food, fun, and libations, and newly remodeled for 2026. The same great owners and all your favorite menu items remain, and now we've taken things up a notch with a brand new bar, new sound system, 36 brand new 4K TVs, and more. No matter where you sit, you always have a perfect sight line to the big game, and you've got to try our mouth-watering new menu items. Start your meal with blackened scallops, homemade fried pickles, or a cheeseburger flatbread. Try our new Chicago-style dog, or the Mary Ann sandwich, a chicken cutlet, broccoli rabe, and sharp provolone on world-famous Rando's Bakery Atlantic City bread. The Stone Harbor Bar and Grill sources only the top ingredients and serves up the best quality food. Voted best wings of Stone Harbor and the Jersey Shore by Lord of the Wings. Prime rib nights Friday and Saturdays, rib nights on Sundays, and Mike the Magician Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The newly remodeled Stone Harbor Bar and Grill on 96th Street in the heart of Stone Harbor. Open 11:30 a.m. till midnight, 7 days a week. Go to stoneharborbarandgrill.com or call 609-961-3534 for more.
Is your trading stopping you from shopping? It's time to drop in some Matt Black Nissan.
Don't freak out about your old car. Trade out. In celebration of 250 years of freedom, Matt Black Nissan and Matt Black Infinity will free you from your old car and pay you up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade value for your old car. High mileage, cosmetic issues, all trade-ins are welcome. New 26 Matt Black Nissan Altima SV, just $99 per month. New 26 Matt Black Nissan Rogue SV, just $179 per month. Plus, the all-new Infiniti QX65 luxury crossover SUV is here, and you have to drive it to believe it. Bad Bad credit? Don't sweat it. Our lenders can get almost anyone approved. Come see us today and get up to $4,000 more than your trade is worth at Matt Blatt Nissan and Matt Blatt Infinity. I'm a Black Horse, Pike and Egg Harbor Township.
It's time to drop in some Matt Blatt Nissan.
39-month lease on Altima, 36-month lease on Road, 7727 due to signing, subject to lender approval. Call 877-289-6679 for details. Next trade for the purchase of select models. Offers not combined, expires month end.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
4th of July savings are happening now at the Home Depot with select appliances starting at $398. Plus, get free delivery on appliance purchases of $398 or more, no membership required. Upgrade your kitchen with a modern and sleek GE Profile refrigerator featuring hands-free autofill for the perfect pour every time. And make laundry day easier with 2-in-1 washer-dryer combo innovation that completes laundry in about 90 minutes. Shop top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 17th to July at US only. See store online for details.
The board recommends approving.
Regarding that seat on the committee, we're promoting.
To boost quarterly earnings.
Every day, shareholders meet to discuss important matters about the companies you invest in. Now you can easily make your voice heard. Vanguard Investor Choice gives you a say in the companies you invest in. With just a few taps, you can set your proxy voting preference for your index funds. Visit Vanguard.com/investorchoice to learn more. Vanguard investors own shares of our index funds, which own shares of the companies they invest in. Available for Vanguard index funds that participate in Investor Choice. Vanguard Marketing Corporation distributor.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Everyone's addiction recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help with your recovery. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
Now back to Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
You blitz all night.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
On 97.3 ESPN, especially Hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live from Boulevard Super Liquors for July 4th weekend. Come on down, stock up for the weekend for your chance to win a Devontae Smith signed helmet, as well as other great prizes. Like we have gift basket giveaways from Douglas Candies, as well as holiday coffee. We are going to right now highlight another local business here in Cape May County. We have Kevin joining us from ARC Repro Graphics. Kevin, how you doing today?
Great. Beautiful day to be in South Jersey.
Now, I know you're an Eagles guy.
Yes.
So how are you feeling? We are 4 weeks away from the start of training camp for the Eagles.
Well, I'd be very disappointed if they don't win at least 11 games. But I am unapologetically an Eagles fan, a hometown fan, so I'm hoping they get 12 or 13.
I said 11 too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just last segment.
I think 11 is a very fair number. And I think that, I don't know if you heard much about me and Carl's conversation, but I've talked about numerous times here on 97.3 about how, to me, I think a lot of people are underestimating when players are motivated. Right. And, I think this team has a lot of motivated guys. Jalen Carter lost a ton of weight this offseason. Jalen Hurts is working triple overtime, basically, to learn this new offense. It feels like there's a lot of guys on this team who look at last year, they say, we don't want that to happen again.
Oh, I hope so. And I hope it does motivate them because even though they had a successful win-loss record, they were a tough team to watch last year. Very disappointing how they finished out also, losing a home playoff game. That really, at this level of play, should be unacceptable for them.
But isn't it also how they lost the game? Like, it's one thing to lose a game, like a close game, but like it felt like they just wilted down the stretch.
Yeah, they just got beat all over the place that night.
So tell folks a little bit about ARC Reprographics.
Okay, well, we've been in business for 42 years. I think we're in our 43rd year. It was founded by my brother back in 1984. We spent 40 years in Atlantic County in Pleasantville and Absecon. He retired in 24, and my wife and I bought the business from him and moved it right down the street here in Marmora. And we're continuing to do what we feel as though we do best. We're a print house that does banners, signs, business printing. We work for individuals as well as businesses, and we got people that have been there almost 40 years along with me.
So Josh, what's great about Kevin and his business? So I live literally almost walking distance from his office.
Mm-hmm.
Go down Route 9 all the time. I've driven past it God knows how many times.
Yeah.
Here, I knew that we needed a sign for this show. How I knew I walked into the right place is, you know how they always say when you walk into it, whether it's a doctor's office, the first person you meet sets the tone for it. This woman couldn't be nicer. I forget her name. Antoinette. Couldn't be nicer. I said, this is what I need. Boom, boom, boom. And you know what was really great that when my eyes searching the building? The equipment that they have all almost look brand new. But the best part is everything's done in-house, Josh. They're not one of those guys that takes a job and then it's shipped out to someone else and come back in 3-4 days and I'll have it for it. They're doing everything right there
in-house.
And tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh, you're right.
They're doing everything in-house, and I'm not telling everybody come when you want something 2 days later. It just doesn't happen. But they literally, when I told them that I was really stuck for a job, they got the job done right away. And it's the kind of place where, like you said, if you need a sign, you need a banner, you need whatever, stop in and see them. It's fabulous.
Well, if I can add to that, because, Antoinette was emailing me back and forth different proofs. And, I think what's important is that there's so many times you go and you need something, right? You mentioned a banner, whatever it might be, and they're not always open to communicating with you. It's just like they just give you whatever they give you and it's done, and you're stuck with it. No, it was, hey, I needed this moved. I need this shifted. And it was done exactly what I needed to be done. So I think that's another part of it as well, which is the communication aspect. I think it's very underrated in today's business environment that not every business is communicating with the customers the way you guys do.
And it's become easier to communicate over the years with electronics, Like I said, when we were starting out 45 years ago or 43 years ago, was pick up the phone and talk to somebody or go out and visit them. Now with all the means of communicating with email and texting and all that, it's so easy. And we want the customer to be as happy about what they're getting as we are about providing it for them.
And the other thing, Josh, about him and his family, how we always say we walk in here, this is a big family that knows everybody. Well, I couldn't believe the relationship between his brother, if I'm getting this right, and Dave Jr.'s dad are like best friends.
Yeah.
Literally best friends for God knows how many years.
It's probably 40 years.
Yeah,
maybe
imagine
longer
that.
than that.
As soon as I said we were going to have him on, he was like, oh, that's his brother's my dad's best friend. I mean, it's just a small world.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because one of the things, for me, my family moved to South Jersey when I was younger.
Okay.
Originally South Philadelphia,
Okay.
et cetera. And one of the things I've loved about being in Cape May County most of my life at this point is the fact that there's so much connectivity with people down here. And you can easily, for lack of a better term, you can easily vet who somebody is based on who they know.
Right.
Like, how many times, Mike, have you talked about it? Like, this person's going to be great. And I'll be like, why? Like, well, they know da-da-da-da. And I'm like, makes sense, Like, you literally can judge people. It's like, you judge them by the company they keep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and we're as local as we can get. I was born at Shore Memorial Hospital. My wife was born at Sherwood Hospital. My kids were born at Sherwood Hospital. My wife's from Northfield. I'm from Linwood. We're both mainland regional graduates. Didn't go over with my kids real well when they went to Ocean City because that was it wasn't a big rivalry when I was in high school, but apparently when they were in high school, that was the big thing. So they used to give us a little bit of a ribbon, like what side we're going to sit on when we're going to sporting events and whatnot. But it all worked out. Yeah.
Well, you got to support your kids. You know.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, your kids come before the alma mater.
Before everything.
Kevin, let me ask you a quick question before we go to break.
Yeah.
In every business, there's a high and a low.
Yeah.
Is the printing business pretty much steady all year round, or is there certain holidays that you like, hey, we got to gear up for?
We believe it's pretty steady for us at this point of our existence. When we first began 40-some years ago, we were we went into business to serve as just the architects, engineers, and the contractors with the casinos all coming to town. That's when we kind of started up. So we're working, 18-hour days, 7 days a week, trying to keep up with all that stuff. And that was all year long. When that has died down and we picked up and modified our business model to include business printing and banners and signs and such as that, we've got some good clients that are pretty good year-round guys, So we feel as though it's relatively steady year-round.
Well, Kevin, we appreciate you jumping on with us. We really appreciate the sign you made from us. Again, where can people reach you guys at Arc Repro Graphics?
Great. How can?
Yes.
Yeah, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, well, our website is arcrepro.com. It's ARCREPRO.com. And we're on right across from the car wash and next to the Coca-Cola bottling plant in Marmora on Route 9. And we're there Monday through Friday. Please stop in.
No job's too big, no job's too small, correct?
Right. That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
That
Perfect.
is correct.
People, listeners out there, please stop by, say hello to Kevin and his wife. You will not be unhappy about doing it.
Well, Antoinette's not my wife.
She's
Let's make sure I don't get.
She's gonna like that.
Oh, she's happy she's not my wife too. Over the years she's been working for us, she's been accused of being my daughter, my wife, my girlfriend, everything. And she she came to work with us the day after she graduated from high school as a temporary, and she's still there almost 40 years
thanks
later.
Again, Kevin.
Beautiful.
Appreciate it.
Kevin, appreciate you jumping on. Hanging with Hennig here on 97.3 ESPN. Hanging out with you. Don't forget, Hanging with Hennig being brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook, the only sportsbook app offering you Caesars rewards. That means every bet you place on every sport does more for you. More perks, more ways to play. All the games you love, all seasons, endless rewards like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. It's the kind of treatment that every fan deserves, and only Caesars delivers. For first-time users, download the app, use my promo code Radio DYW, then place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 10 bets. 10 chances to boost your play just for stepping on the field with Caesars Sportsbook. Open to new users in New Jersey are 21 or older. Max bet at $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. You still have a chance to sign up for the Devontae Smith signed helmet. So folks can sign up for the helmet. We will do the giveaway in about 10 minutes from now. Plus, we do have other prizes like gift baskets from Douglas Candies, as well as holiday coffee. And just little housekeeping items to do really quick. So tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN, we still have live programming. Billy Schwein in the locker room will be 10 a.m. to noon. I'll be having a power hour of Hanging with Hennig tomorrow, along with the Ivy Rehab injury report. Ivy Rehab with over 18 locations around South Jersey, offering best-in-class outpatient physical therapy. Of course, I can say it's best-in-class outpatient physical therapy because they are my physical therapist that I went to, and that's why tomorrow you're going to want to tune in for a very special July 4th edition of the Ivy Rehab injury report. Hanging with Hennig as well on 97.3 ESPN, being brought to you by my friends over there down in Sir Harbor Bar and Grill. Of course, they remodeled the entire place. It is absolutely amazing. Brett and his staff have done an amazing job at remodeling the place. It is my go-to spot for every game. So if you're going to watch the Phillies games in Kansas City this weekend, or you're maybe just looking for a place to get a great bite to eat, Sir Harbor Bar and Grill is the best down there in Sir Harbor. And, of course, We are live at Boulevard Super Liquors. They're my go-to spot for all of wine, beers, tequilas, everything you need here in South Jersey. Also, shout out to Mike Gill. Mike Gill deserves credit because Mike gave me permission to do this special broadcast here on Hanging with Hennig on a Friday here on 97.3 ESPN. I'm going to check back on the text board one more time at 609-403-097. Also, shout out to Vince back in the studio. I know we've had some technical issues today, but Vince has done a great job as always. Mike Gill, let's call him Tall Vince. I just call him Vince. So, Vince, what I'm going to say to you back in the studio, turn your camera on. We'll add you into the YouTube stream. You can flip your microphone back on for on-air purposes. I want to talk about this Leo Carlson deal because, the Leo Carlson addition for the Flyers is absolutely massive. I know it's not literally like acquiring Jaylen Brown, like I was telling Mike Carlin, but Vince, you know as well as I do, the Flyers have desperately needed real centermen. And,
Absolutely.
When the news came out a couple days ago, oh, they might bring back Giroux. I got to be honest, I just rolled my eyes. I was like, Are you kidding me? Like, I don't – that does nothing for me. Like, there's no point in my – like, there were all these rumors. They could get Darnell Nurse. They could acquire Zach Werenski from Columbus, right? And it was like, okay, those get my interest. Bringing back Claude Giroux does nothing for people. So the acquiring of Leo Carlson is a massive deal for the Flyers and their fans because you're getting a bona fide center for, the first time in a decade?
Exactly. I mean, probably the big thing with the Flyers acquiring Leo Carlson on this deal, and I know a lot of people already are going kind of absolutely nuts with this because they say 5 years, $18 million average. Oh my God, massive overpay, blah 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 blah. But
it's not a massive overpay.
Well, that's the thing. I've been looking on X, and there's people going nuts, and then there's people that are just absolutely loving it. But when I see this, I mean, you're bringing in a guy 21 years old. He had 67 points throughout 70 games last season, and it kind of fits into the theme of what the Flyers have been building, especially ever since Danny Briere came to this organization, came back to the organization as GM.
Right, came back.
They're looking to build that young core and bringing in a center like this. He's got good size for a center. He's a good skater, and he's got all the underlying factors to become that good type player. Now, of course, I saw there was a X tweet that came out of Charlie O'Connor, who texted or put out basically stating, does it look like a overpay currently in the present? Yes, but how are you expecting to get a player of this caliber? And right now, the deals that Briere's been making ever since he's been with the Flyers with Anaheim, he's been kind of going after him ever since that whole Cutter situation, right? He got Drysdale, Zegras, whatever it may be. But I just think it's good for that youth core for Philadelphia and what they're trying to go towards. I think this is going to be a kid that's going to shine in a huge way. And now it's looking like Drew did indeed. It's looking like it's getting closer to be confirmed. But I mean, I think the Flyers have something going on here. Danny Briere, he's showing what he's all about.
All right, Vince. Well, good job back in the studio there. Of course, joining us, helping us out here with Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN. Thank you to Vince. Also, thanks to Mike Carlin for his help as always, joining me here on site. Thanks also to Boulevard Super Liquors, the entire staff, Dave Sr., Dave Jr., for allowing us to be back here for a July 4th weekend. Again, this is the place to be. This is the place you want to stop to load up for your July 4th weekend. It is Boulevard Super Liquors at the foot of the Ocean City 34th Street Bridge. Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig.
Josh.
We will be back here for the weekend of Night in Venice with Bird Gang Spirit. So we'll be back here with another prize giveaway as well as we wrap up live from Boulevard Super Liquors. Stay safe, everyone out there. Happy America 250, and I'll catch you tomorrow on 97.3.
Start America's 250th birthday Saturday morning in the locker room with Billy Schwein. Join me and Nick Earnshaw as we kick off the weekend. The Sixers big trade.